Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, January 29th, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $, ORION, NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We have the NFC Championship game, the San Francisco 49ers, bang, bang, Niner gang, versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. First quarter is going to kick off here in about 16 minutes, and this is going to be a first of a double dip. We're going to do Niners, Eagles first, and then as soon as we're done with this game, we're going to head over to Kansas City, and we're going to do the Bengals versus the Chiefs for the AFC Championship game. I am ready. Royal Rumble was on fire last night, and we're just going to let the good times roll and the good vibes continue, obviously, with one of the best weekends of the year. Royal Rumble on Saturday, and then we got NFC, AFC Championship game on Sunday. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We're kind of winding down. We finished the college football season. We got 3 games left. All right, we got the NFC Championship game, right, with the Niners and the Eagles. We got the Bengals and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Super Bowl. Then it's over. And then we'll be transitioning into MLB and NASCAR and wrestling and a few other things. A little bit of NBA and March Madness sprinkled in. But we got to make sure that we really appreciate this time. You know, we've waited months and months and months, you know, just to get to the season. And then the season went by so quick. And then now, with a blink of an eye, the season can be over within just, you know, these 2 games. So I'm really soaking in every single moment. I'm going to be focusing on the O-line and the D-line, really seeing who's going to win the battle in the trenches. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. And then let's go over some of the photos that I got prepped for y'all. So let's go here. All right, we got the Niners and the Eagles NFC Championship game. Run, CMC, Christian McCaffrey. And then we got Jalen Hurts in this photo here. Brock Purdy versus Jalen. And I'm telling you, out of all the games that I've watched, you know, in the last 10 to 20 years, I have not really seen a matchup as even as this. I mean, we obviously know the Eagles will be favored. You know, Eagles will be favored at home in Philadelphia. But obviously with San Fran, we already know that they are very battle-tested and they can win on the road. We know they can, right? We know they can. So it's one of those things. You got who's hot and who's healthy, okay? You know, you don't necessarily have to be the best team in the world to make it to the Super Bowl or to make it to the NFC, AFC Championship game. You don't have to necessarily be the best team, but to continue on the journey to make it to the Super Bowl, sometimes the hottest and the healthiest team can beat the best team in the NFL. So if the best team in the NFL is the Eagles, to some people, right? The Niners and the Bengals are the hottest teams in the NFL. So nothing would really surprise me in any outcome out of these 4 teams. We know the Chiefs have injuries with Kelsey and Mahomes, and the defense is the worst out of the 4 teams left. They're going to have their hands full, obviously, and they've lost the last 3 matchups to Cincinnati. So I'm not really saying for sure that Cincinnati is a lock to make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're going to have to earn it. I don't know what's going to happen, but if there's going to be a game that has a chance to be maybe more than 7 points, it might be in that second game with the Bengals and Chiefs. But with this matchup, it should end up being within 3 to 7 points to decide the winner. And it could come down to whoever has the ball at the end or whoever makes those big plays in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Definitely very excited about that. Sarah in the building, what to do? Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's get it. And I tried to do all the prepping and get everything done. Got a chance to go to the store to get a few more refreshments and whatnot. So I think I'm good to go at this point. Let's go over some of the photos here before we get started. So obviously we started off with this one and this one with the background. And then at quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, and kind of a miracle story, you know, Mr. Irrelevant, 7th round, pick 1 billion. Not a chance in the world that this guy ends up playing this year. And lo and behold, here he is. And he has a chance to make it to the Super Bowl if they can get past Philadelphia. Brock Purdy, I see you. Oregon went against you a couple years ago in the bowl game. I'm familiar with you. Obviously, we know Jalen is the better quarterback, right? We already know Jalen is the better quarterback. But I wouldn't count out the Bengals and the Niners just because home teams, you know, usually prevail in this. We have to look at all factors, and that's big facts. Then we got Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, one of the best running backs in the world when healthy. And we'll see if he ends up being a factor in the passing game like this photo here. Kyle Juszczyk, the best fullback in the game. And then we got Deebo Samuel. He's going to have to be a factor today, probably 15 to 20 touches, either through the ground or through the air. He has to be a factor for them to be able to win tonight. Make him puke Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings hitting his little dance. George Kittle came up big last week like I said he would. Will he do it again? We will find out. And then on defense, we got Eric Armstead, Go Ducks, Nick Bosa, I see you, Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga, Robbie Gould, and then at the head coach, we have Kyle Shanahan. And then on the flip side for the Philadelphia Eagles, we got Jalen Hurts. All right, a lot of people were really doubting this guy's skill set, even Eagles fans. And I told them last year and the year before, I was like, this guy is the man. This guy can do it. He's kind of like a Dak 2.0, and maybe at some point he's going to surpass the Dak Prescott. And I don't think Dak is a bad player, made some bad choices, obviously, in the playoffs. But for all those Eagle fans that were telling me when they lost to the Buccaneers, Jalen isn't it. Well, shame on you. Your boy watches film. Your boy watched his whole college career. I told you he was going to be good, and you wanted to argue with me. You wanted to doubt me. No one's going to end up reading or watching more film, and I'm proud that I was able to come up with this conclusion because I knew he was going to pan out. They had a great supporting cast around him, but let's be honest. He still had to go out there and get shit done. Could have had a lot more turnovers this year, but didn't, and we're sitting at this point now where the MVP this season should be Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes. But I think based on what he did this year, giving the regular season MVP to Jalen would be fair. But if they decide to give it to Pat, Eagles fans won't necessarily be frustrated or mad unless they can make it to the Super Bowl and then he wins Super Bowl MVP, and then they won't be bitching anymore. But Jalen, in my opinion, would be more deserving this year. Mahomes is going to have plenty of chances to get regular season MVP, Super Bowl MVP. But I think the clear and the logical choice is very clear. Jalen Hurts should be the MVP of the regular season this year. Miles Sanders at running back, they're going to have to be able to get some yards out of him. I'm not sure what you're going to get out of the running game out of Philadelphia. Both of these defenses are 1 and 2. So I'm not really too sure what we're going to get out of the running games from each team. Kind of like in the Cowboys-Niners, it was kind of slow. Eventually, someone's going to get tired and it'll open up in the second half. But I wouldn't expect big games out of Miles Sanders and Christian McCaffrey. And if I was going to choose someone to end up having maybe a little bit better of a game, more than likely it'll be Run CMC with this athleticism. Then backup running back, Kenneth Gainwell. Another backup running back, Boston Scott. Then we got A.J. Brown. I got you. Devontae Smith. Quez Watkins. Dallas Goddard. I got a couple of him. On defense, we got Fletcher Cox. Big play Slay. Darius Slay. Jake Elliott at kicker. And at head coach, Nick Sirianni. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. Let's get it. Let's go. And hopefully we can get a few more people to come through. I'm really curious to see if we're going to end up getting Eagle fans and Niner fans. They haven't really been as active as of late. So I'm hoping that, we'll be able to get some people to come in here and show love for all the hard work that me and Sarah have put in throughout the year. And hopefully we end up getting a good crowd to be able to watch this game. We already know the NFL market is NFL market is way oversaturated. We already know that. But like I said, there's not going to be too many people that are going to be able to have fun like us here throughout a Sunday. AFC, NFC championship game. Burkhart, Olsen, your boy. Let's go. Finley in the building. Sarah in the building. Let's get it, baby. I got some M&Ms. I got some sweet and salty chili crunch trail mix. I got a couple drinks. I got the gummies. We got the pre-rolls. We're ready to go, baby. This is going to be fun. I'm not really sure if I really wanted to start with this game. I think I would have rather ended with this game. But of course, Mahomes and Burrow, they're going to end off with that. So, and I know Holly's going to be taking her dad there. And hopefully the Chiefs play hard. And for the Chiefs fans' sake, hopefully they win. Because obviously if you end up being very, very cold and then the Bengals go in there and win again for the 4th time in a row, that's going to be a long drive home. A lot of emotions. And I know Chiefs fans, normally they're very confident with what they can do. And I know they have a chance. But I mean, everything is kind of going against you. You got the worst defense out of the 4 teams left. Kelsey and Mahomes are both hurt. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, you know what I mean? But it's like Burrow already has their number. And when Mahomes and Kelsey were 100% in the first 3 games, they lost. So I don't really know how they're going to be able to beat Cincinnati, but they do have the home crowd. You know, they have that emotion, so maybe they'll have a little bit of Uncle Mo, and you never know. Maybe Uncle Mo, with all the fans in the building, might be able to spark a little bit more energy. But to me, on paper, based on everything I'm seeing, the Bengals are the better team in the AFC side. And then as far as the NFC side is concerned, you could give the Eagles the slight favorite in this game, based off their offense, their defense, offense and defense, being at home, with the home crowd. But again, the Niners are very hot. The Bengals are very, very hot. So, I mean, I really wouldn't be that surprised if the Niners win or the Bengals win. And it's pretty rare to have 2 home teams lose in the NFC AFC championship game, but there's always a first time for something. So, said breaking news: Vic Fangio signed a 3-year deal with the Dolphins to be their DC over the Panthers. Interesting. Well, you got to think Vic Fangio is probably going to the Dolphins is probably a better destination than your Panthers. No offense, but I mean, I think a lot of people know. Now, it's like some certain destinations, are really not. I mean, as maybe as much of a luxury. Even Sarah's Colts, with that opening in Houston and Denver, there's not really a whole lot of openings with a lot of the teams. Like, even if I fired all of my guys, Tampa's not a destination. Carolina isn't. Colts really isn't. Denver isn't. Houston isn't. Now, if there was one team that maybe was a little bit closer, it would probably be Indianapolis if they can get Jonathan Taylor and Darius Leonard, Shaq Leonard healthy and getting those bodies. But a lot of those coaching jobs and destinations, you have to think from a coach's perspective. This is a business. You know what I mean? So a lot of them, it's like, okay, I can get a job there, but how long are you going to last there? And how far away are you from being a playoff team? And a lot of those teams are pretty far away, or it seems like they're pretty far away unless they get the right coach, right quarterback, right pieces in there. So we'll wait and see, but I'm ready for this matchup. So remember, it's not only, Finley, the Panthers and maybe Tepper, but remember, just because, people can't convince people to come to, certain places, Indianapolis, Houston, Denver, Carolina, doesn't mean that your 4 teams are garbage and horrible. It's just not as a hot of a destination if it was like Dallas or the Chargers that have a little bit more pieces set in place. You know what I mean? That's just being honest and real. And hopefully all of those teams will get better sooner than later. Carolina, everyone in the NFC South, Indianapolis for Sarah, and then obviously Houston and Denver. But I would assume the worst destination in sports probably right now is Denver, because even though they don't have the worst team, you got Russell Wilson there. So I don't really know anyone that would want to go and deal with that. So, I mean, honestly, if it was me and I had an option to go to a team that has talent, but that has Russell Wilson in Denver, or to go somewhere else, I'm probably going somewhere else. But, you never know. Some people think that he's washed, and some people think he's got a little bit left, but I'm not really too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But hopefully we'll get a decent turnout, and we'll get some good numbers for this game and next game. All right, let's go, baby. I am ready to go. All right, let's go, baby. We'll scroll through some of the photos here again if you're just hopping in. Kickoff is going to be here in just a few minutes here. Niners, Eagles, NFC Championship game. A lot of us already kind of predicted that this could end up being the NFC Championship game. And I told you the Niners were coming in October. Even when they made the change to Purdy, I was like telling you, O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. And here we are. Eagles being in the game is no surprise. And then obviously Chiefs and Bengals or Bills. It was going to be 2 out of those 3 teams. There was only 5 Super Bowl contenders. Apparently there was a pretender in Buffalo. But all of these teams are legit. San Fran, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Cincinnati. I can't wait to see what happens today. At quarterback, we got Brock Purdy. Got a couple nice ones there, and I'll throw up a few additional ones as we go through the broadcast. Then we got Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Juszczyk at fullback, a couple Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle. And on defense, we have Eric Armstead, go Ducks, Nick Bosa Bomb, Dre Greenlaw, he's a maniac, Fred Warner, one of the best in the world, Talanoa Hufanga, it's like Troy Polamalu 2.0, Robbie Gould at kicker, and then we have Kyle Shanahan. Let's go. My favorite coach in the NFL. And then we have Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Dallas Goedert, Fletcher Cox, Darius Slay, Jake Elliott, and the head ball coach, Nick Sirianni. But it would be great to be able to see a few more Eagle fans and Niner fans. I know they're out there. They've supported me before. I mean, hopefully that, we can get a few of those to come in because it's always good when we can get that. But again, I already know people are drunk. People are at friends' house. People are at the bars. People may be on other channels. I get it. The NFL market is oversaturated. But it would be nice to be able to see some people be loyal to your boy. For all the hard work that we've put in throughout the year, loyalty is everything. Honesty, loyalty, respect. It means something. And I'm hoping that we can get a few more people to sprinkle in throughout the game or obviously as we go to the Chiefs and the Bengals. All right, let's go. Here we are. NFC Championship game. 49ers, Eagles for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Let's go, baby. I'm ready. This is going to be good. And this game probably will be closer than the other game. I mean, we kind of have a feeling this one. I mean, they could end up being a winner by 10 or more. It's definitely possible, like a 27-17 kind of score. But I don't know. Defenses are elite. 1 and 2 could end up being a game of 3 points or less. Eagles with the return. Nice. Let's go, baby. I got a good amount of sleep. We did the Royal Rumble. Didn't try to get faded afterwards to make sure that I was awake. They're already getting chippy out there. Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. What's your name? What's your name? What are you having for dinner tonight? It don't matter. Yeah, there's gonna be some fights in this game. You can tell. And I imagine Chiefs and Bengals will scrap as well too. All right, let's see. Let's see how good this Philadelphia Eagle offense really is against a top tier defense. Let's see. We already know that they can dominate against some of the bad defenses and against some of the good defenses. Philadelphia played well as well. But I'm not sure if they've played anyone as good as this Niner defense all year. Nice catch. There we go. A.J. Brown. Okay, baby. Nice catch. Jalen Hurts to his boy, A.J. Brown. Nice play. 2nd down and 4 on the Philadelphia 40. Good start for them, but it's really going to be who can run the football effectively. To be able to be great, you got to have balance, and both of these teams rely on balance. But this is very tough to have these elite defenses, 1-2 go against each other. Handoff up the middle. First down, Eagles. Miles Sanders, move the chains. Uh-oh. And we have Fred Warner with an injury. Holy hell. That's not good. Uh-oh. If he's got like a broken clavicle or something that happened there, if he goes down, huge advantage for Philadelphia. Oh, no. Fred, get up. Let's see what happened. All right, so he hit him with his head on the shoulder pad. Did he get knocked out? I mean, I don't really know. I mean, his shoulder didn't really hit. Initially, he was kind of grabbing his shoulder where it looked like it would be like a clavicle or a shoulder kind of injury, but then he went down where it looked like it could be like a concussion. Hopefully, because like I said, this is one of the best linebackers in the game. If he goes down, they can still win, but it's going to be a hell of a lot harder. And we'll have to wait and see what the injury report is. Damn, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I don't want anyone to go down with an injury. You know what I mean? I want it to be as as healthy of a matchup in both games. And honestly, I'm pulling for Kelsey and Mahomes to play. I don't want one of them to go down. You know what I mean? We don't want to blow out. I want to see great football. Fuck, we only have 3 games left. This one, the next one, Super Bowl, and then it's over. So, and then we'll transition to, a little NASCAR and MLB, but, I'm still in this NFL mode. That's tough. That is tough. Let's go, baby. But hopefully Fred is okay. Fred Warner with an injury. 14-22 left in the first quarter. 13-4 Niners, 14-3 Eagles. And like I said, sometimes it's not being the best team in the NFL, which you could say Philadelphia, but it's about who's being the hottest and the healthiest. And in my opinion, that's San Fran and Cincinnati. So I wouldn't count those 2 teams out one bit because, like I said, they both haven't lost in 2.5, 3 months. And people seem to forget that. They're like, well, it's Brock Purdy. He's not that good. That's what Philadelphia fans say. Well, if he wasn't that good, then how the hell has he won every game in the last couple months? Yeah, O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, that's a big part of it. But you still need Brock Purdy to play well. There's been games where he's thrown for a touchdown, but there's also been games he's thrown for 2, 3, and even 4. So you can't say that he's garbage and he's not good. Obviously he's exceeded expectations, but what it really does show you, Kyle Shanahan is the best quarterback whisperer on the planet, and he can literally plug and play anybody, Jimmy, Trey Lance, or Brock Purdy. It don't matter. What a story it would be, especially if the Niners end up winning this game and Brock Purdy makes it to the fucking Super Bowl. You never know. It's going to be crazy. All right, Warner got up. I wonder if it's a concussion. Hopefully he's all right. All right, here we go. First down and 10. 14-01 and counting. Jalen Hurts 1 for 1 with a 6-yard pass to A.J. Brown. Play action fake. Jalen going to his check down guy, his security blanket, Dallas Goedert with the catch. Nice job. Short gain. Nice job, Dallas. They got no weaknesses, baby. Second down and 8 on the Philadelphia 48. This drive is consisting of 3 plays, 14 yards. And let's see if they can keep the drive moving. Jalen looks confident. And again, you just got to make sure you're sprinkling in the run, even if you're intimidated by the defense. Jalen scrambling to the outside. Armstead pursuing. No late hit. Smart. There we go. Because like I said, of course, both teams want to run the football. That's, part of their MO. Fred Warner back in the game. So looks like it might have just been a stinger, not a concussion, not a clavicle, probably just a stinger. Probably gave him some smelling salts. He said, get your ass out there. We need you. We're not going to win this game without you, and they know it too. Third down and 8 on the Philadelphia 48. There, it looks like they gave Armstead the sack lunch there. Yum, 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 yum. Armstead. Okay. I see you, Eric. All right, blitz coming. Almost picked. Oh! Did he catch it? First down, Eagles. Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown. 10-yard gain. First down, Philly. Wow, good hands. Move the chains. Nice job. Here we go. Handoff on first down and 10. Slips and falls. Miles Sanders with the short gain. No gain. Second down and 10 on the San Fran 42. And like I said, everyone that thought that, Tony Pollard, Zeke, and CMC were going to go crazy in that last game, obviously you didn't watch them all year because we already know Cowboys, Eagles, and Niners have the best defenses in the NFL. So you're not going to get a whole lot of wiggle room, but there may be a few plays in the first half. And I imagine when the players get tired, then you're going to see Miles and Run CMC explode a little in the third and fourth quarter. We might even get a little bit of an explosion in the first quarter or second quarter, but it'll probably be probably minimal. Not a whole lot of big plays. Defenses are fresh. Hufanga with the pick, but out of bounds. God, this guy's good. This guy is good. Troy Polamalu 2.0. He is a ball hawk. And he came out of nowhere. I don't think anyone thought he was going to be this good. Finley, I appreciate you. Glad that you're here. It's always good to have loyalty, to have people come through. Appreciate you. Third down and 10. Jalen Hurts 3 for 4. Jalen, shotgun set. Very short of the marker, not even close. Catch to Dallas Goedert from Jalen Hurts. All right, the Eagles going to go for it. Hey, they say, fuck it, let's go for it. All right, Nick. How'd you enjoy the Rumble last night, Sarah? It was nice to be able to, be face-to-face and have a little bit of a conversation too, long overdue. 4th down and 3. Maybe they're pretending and they're not even going to hike it. Nope, they did. Shotgun set. 4th down and 3. Everyone's covered. Pressure coming. Jalen. Oh, baby. One-handed catch by Devontae Smith. First down. Eagles. Now, did he catch that? Wow. Oh, my. Oh, my. One-handed grab. Did he get both feet down? Wow. Unbelievable. First down, Eagles. Big play on 4th down. Jalen bouncing around like a boxer. Plenty of time. He can make a sandwich back there. Incomplete. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. I mean, we already know that these guys have the ability to do the crazy, but that's Devontae Smith, a.k.a. Heisman winner from Bama. One-handed, baby. Who does he think he is? Odell? Justin Jefferson? Woo! Okay, but you shouldn't be too surprised because he did do that in college a few times too, if you ended up watching Bama. Nice play. And just the fact that Devontae Smith isn't the true number one is a lot of pressure off his shoulders because you notice when AJ wasn't there, he wasn't as good. It's just nice for him not to have that pressure as a 1, and he can create plays like that as a 2. 2nd and goal, handoff, touchdown, Miles Sanders. Boom, there we go. Okay, there it is. And for the Niners, that's not what you want to see. You got a good defense, but the Eagles' offense is good. The Eagles' defense is good, and they're at home. Great blocking up front by Kelsey and company. Easy, breezy cover girl. My goodness. Too easy. They made that look way too easy. Jake Elliott with the extra point. 6-0 Eagles. Extra point is up. And it's good. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Okay. All right. For Philly fans, and they like what they see. Still a long game, far from over. Great start to the game. At least if you're an Eagle fan. Okay. Next up, Kyle Shanahan. He's always going to be in his bag. Let's go. Mike in the building. How are you? Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The smartest decision for all your financial decisions. This is the truck that helps keep families safe. And the truck that helps you get off home. Truck that lets you move mountains and then climb them. This is the truck of the outdoors, the early adopters, and the rising generation. This is the one more truck owners are switching to.
Did you know Google makes a phone? Do you know about its camera?
Okay.
It fixes blurry photos. Magically erases annoying distractions. And even fixes photos taken with your old phone. Now that you know all that, did you know switching has never been easier? Start fixing with Pixel, the only phone.
Nice job. But also remember, when you have guys that do really, really well, if they don't have the same personnel or similar when they go to their next team, like if he was going to go to the Colts, obviously you're not going to get the same type of results on a game in, game out basis if you don't have the same kind of personnel. Obviously he's shown, he's got skills and he's going to be one of your candidates, for the head coaching job. But I'm just weary with OCs and DCs. We've seen some to be able to get it done, but we've seen a lot of them fail. And like I said, it might be the temporary coach that you guys hire next year, and then it'll lead to the final coach or a guy that'll have more long-term stability. Sometimes you got to have that bridge coach, where you hire someone and then you kind of play it out and then see how things go. They fire him, and then the next guy might be the guy, but we'll see. Zini Panini in the building. How are you? Oh, hell of a catch. Let's see if he did he not catch it? Oh, he dropped it. Uh-oh. He dropped it. Wow. Wow, that would have been an incomplete pass. But it happens, you know what I mean? As long as they call the game fairly, if there's another play that's kind of a bang-bang play for the Niners, hopefully, because essentially, I mean, the Eagles still could have went for it, and got a field goal there. But a big play on fourth down that would have resulted in a turnover. Wow. So it could have essentially been 0-0 right now. Kind of crazy that they didn't do a replay on that. Niners are going to be kicking themselves after seeing that. How are you, Zini? But again, it's football. It happens. Should be a good matchup. And now we got to see now the Eagle defense will be getting very, very loud. And there's not a lot of people that can play in a harsh environment. But I think the two that are the best at it are San Fran and Cincinnati. They are battle tested. I would not be surprised if it's a little slow start for anybody coming in here or coming into Kansas City. They're going to be very, very loud. And we already know Kansas City fans are rowdy. Eagle fans are rowdy. But when you have O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, and play calling, you're going to be in every game. Shotgun set, Purdy. Stop sleeping on Purdy, baby. Stop sleeping on Brock. I'm telling you. Let's go. Nice job. Brock Purdy going to his guy, George Kittle. George Kittle's got to be a factor today. Debo has got to be a factor today. CMC, will be a factor, but he doesn't have to have as big of a game as you think for them to win. Let's go. 7-0 Eagles. They got away with one. Would have been a turnover on down, 0-0. But again, hey, replays are replays. It's up to them to be able to get that right. Purdy, hands off, running into a wall. And you already know Eagles are going to be all over that. Nice job by the defense by Philadelphia. Yeah, well, they already kicked the extra point. Then they went to commercial, came back, showed the replay, and showed him that he dropped it. So it was already too late anyways. Handoff on 3rd down and 1. First down, Niners. Move the chains. Oh, wow, Sean King. No, thank you. If I could have had a guy that year in 99 against the Rams, someone that could actually throw for a touchdown pass, like 1 or 2, we would have won that game. And then maybe we would have won 3 Super Bowls at that point. But the Rams were great, in that year. But, man, it just what a tough one. That was the year that we had Rams and the Titans in 99. Titans almost won that year too. Ayuk, flag on the play. First down, Niners, but it's probably a hold on the Niner O-line. Let's check. First down and 10, 7-0 Philadelphia. 8:02 left in the first quarter. Yeah, it's crazy how each cable provider has got a different feed. It's like you think that everyone would be actually live unless you're watching a link on a computer. Oh, defensive penalty. Penalties decline. First down, Niners. Move the chains. All right, baby. Let's go. Let's get to 100. Let's do it. First down and 10. 7-0 Philadelphia. Shotgun set. Debo. Ooh, very physical. Gardner Johnson back in the lineup. And you start to see, even though we know the Saint fan base, some of their fans are great. Some can be toxic at times. Everyone's got a toxic fan base in the NFL where you get fans that are just a little extra. But when you see players like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the former Saint, Von Bell and T-Rex, Trey Hendrickson, former Saints that are on the Bengals, former Saint that's on the Eagles, these guys make a difference. So even though that a lot of those guys were frowned upon whenever you would watch Saint games, or maybe the fans, nothing can deny the fact that Saints have good players. Oh, picked. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, what happened to my hands? And that's why you play defense, son. Oh, my. That could have been big. That would have been momentum shifting play there. Good defense here. Look at Fletcher Cox imposing his will. Woo. Good defense by Philly. Mike in the building, Zini in the building. Appreciate you guys. 3rd down and 6. So, whoa. Oh, wow. Niners with a fumble. Good defense, Philly. Looks like Philly will win that. But that's but based off the drop that we had earlier, let's see how they call this. You know what I mean? The clear play is a fumble. That's a fumble right there. But also they missed the drop, earlier that ended up leading to a touchdown. I wish okay, if you're going to do replay, you got to get the calls right. You know what I mean? You got to take the time. And obviously we get players that run up to the line, very quickly. And then once it goes to the extra point, you're done. I mean, there's nothing you can do at that point. But on, critical scoring plays or big first downs, I mean, there's got to be a little bit more consistency there. So we'll see. We'll see if they don't call this a fumble, then obviously it's a makeup call, just like in the NBA, where you end up getting a cheap, a foul, and then the next time down, then they do the makeup call. That's something that happens all the time in the NBA and in college hoops, right? So the clear right answer is that was a fumble after seeing a second look there with Brock Purdy. But are they going to call it a fumble since they missed the first call that led to a touchdown? We will find out. Yeah, and you only get so many challenges and whatnot. But, I mean, after looking at that replay, it makes you kind of wonder, hell, how did they not challenge that? But all of us that initially saw it from the camera angle, it was to his back. So we didn't see the opposite camera angle where it showed the ball move, because all we saw is him go up and then go down, and we didn't get to see the football because we saw his back, and obviously his legs on that other angle on the opposite side. So sometimes a little bit of luck, I guess, on where the cameras are at the time the play happens. And Devontae probably knew he dropped it, but he said, let's go. He said, let's keep it moving, and they got away with one. But we'll see what happens here. This could be a big momentum shifting, drive. And obviously Niner fans are not going to be too happy with not only the drop that led to the TD and then now with this, but hey, it's part of football. You know what I mean? It's a long game. You're gonna get bad calls. You're gonna get good calls. You're gonna get calls that are, the ref doesn't. Let's see. That's a fumble. I don't think he made the right call. All right, Eagles. Got the arm just in time, and then the ball went off his wrist in the follow through. Damn, Niner players should have been a little bit more aggressive going towards that football, but clearly they thought that was an incomplete pass. Big play. Good awareness by Philadelphia. All right, Reddick, I see you. Nice job. Well, you got to think the only team that went all in was Philadelphia. You know what I mean? That was the only team that went all in, for the Super Bowl this year. Picking up guys down the stretch with Ndamukong Suh, getting these guys at the end. I mean, like I said, the Chiefs didn't do it. The Bengals didn't do it. The Niners, picked up Run CMC, and that was a big pickup for them. They wouldn't be as good without him. But even if they didn't have CMC, I imagine they still would have been able to get past Dallas. But, not a very good chance to get past the Eagles. I don't know if they're checking on his wrist and seeing what's going on there. But great job by Philadelphia with the defense. Second down and 9. Shotgun set. Thank you, Zini. I was waiting for the first person to show some love. There we go. Backup tight end with a short catch. Stole. Thank you, Zini. Appreciate you. Bird Gang, Bird Gang, Bird Gang. $20 holla. Thank you. I mean, we had a rough one last week with some of the games, so hopefully we can get to our goal in this game and the next game. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And hopefully we'll get some more Niner and Eagle fans to show up. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Cactus Shack approves. $20 holla. Thank you so much, Zini. One of my favorites on the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. $20, 80 to go. Thank you so much. Fly, Eagles fly. Let me know what you want to see for a photo in the commercial break, and I got you. Handoff on 3rd down and 4. Short gain to Kenneth Gainwell. And now they're going to punt. So at least it didn't lead to points for San Francisco's end. And sometimes there's a little, karma there, with what happens and whatnot. But this is going to be a grinded out game, and it's really going to come out to the defenses. It's not going to be necessarily the offenses as much, in my opinion. It's going to be O-line, D-line, defense coaching, play calling. But the battle in the trenches will decide the winner in this game. 4th down and 4. And we got the Eagles with the punt. Good game so far. God, I wish this was the late game. I wish this was the late game. Oh, I wanted this to be the late game and start off with the Bengals and Chiefs. I guess it doesn't really matter which one you start and which one you end with. But, I mean, this one, it probably has a better chance of being closer, but you never know. Maybe the Chiefs will play better than expected. Maybe they'll pump drugs and do, Mahomes and Kelsey, painkillers, and then that way they can fight through it. So, oh, I do. I got you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Oh, yeah, let me get you. I got you. Let me get you your head ball coach for now, real quick. And I got you. Appreciate you, Zini. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. I just always found that it was kind of crazy for all the preparation and the hard work. Usually we'll end up getting, usually better results even when we do freestyle streams throughout the week. But hey, I started, the channel with the NFL in mind, and I'm not going to stop. It's definitely challenging, but I enjoy it. Hopefully we end up getting a few more people to, hop through and show love before the day is over. And I think we will. I really do. This is my favorite Eagle of all time, just like Zini. Not even close. I mean, as far as that passion and that energy, you're not going to get too many people that are going to match that intensity. There's not very many people that have that intensity. It's like, from that position, it was like a Ray Lewis, Drew Brees motivational speaker, but from the defensive side for the Eagles. And there's not going to be a guy like him ever again for Philadelphia, in my opinion. Like, he was a true gem, a true one of one. Thank you so much.
COVID-19, could it be right for you? If you have a high risk factor, like being over 50, heart disease, diabetes, asthma, or smoking, and you test positive, don't wait. Ask your provider about oral treatment right away.
I got one more for you. See if I can squeak it in here. Can you boys squeak it in for Zini? Of course. Female representation on the channel has been at an all-time high too. I appreciate you guys. Let's go. I appreciate you. I know you do. First down and 10. Purdy, halfback toss to run CMC. Philadelphia's defense is very fast, as we can see on the screen, just like San Fran's. I mean, this is what I wanted. I'm a defensive guy, so I'm in heaven right now. You know what I mean? I love O-line. They both have great O-lines. I love defense. They have the best defenses in the league, even better than Dallas's, player for player. Yes, they have Micah Parsons. They have Dan Quinn, and that puts them to a certain category. But besides DeMarcus Lawrence and Van Der Esch and Diggs, they don't have as many guys player for player. Yeah, they have about 4 or 5 guys, and they got the coach, the DC, but I still would take the Niners and Eagle defense over the Cowboys in a heartbeat, even though I love the pieces they have. Oh, Hassan Reddick! It's 12 noon. You know what time it is. Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. My goodness. What a good pickup for them in the offseason. Shows you get the right players at the right time, to make the right impact plays, and it makes such a difference with the defense. This guy is so underrated. And think about Jordan Davis, and some of the Georgia players, Nakobe Dean. These guys aren't even playing really that much because they have so much depth. Hassan Reddick, you are a gem. You are a gem, my brother. Okay. Third down and 15. All right, Reddick. I see you, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain guys that, you add to a squad and they intensify the energy in the building. They already have energy of a, 10 out of 10 or 11 out of 10. But when you get a guy that can be a ball hawk or get to the quarterback and just be that intense and that disruptive, makes a big difference for Philadelphia's defense. Oh, Purdy is out. Uh-oh. Yeah, Purdy is out. Hopefully his wrist is okay. Johnson. Wow. McCaffrey almost to the first down marker. Josh Johnson. Now, man, that's going to be tough because it's one thing to go from, Jimmy to Trey or Trey to Jimmy to Brock, but Josh Johnson isn't very good. I mean, he's been on many, many teams. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I mean, the running game and the O-line has got to step up huge. But if we don't get Brock Purdy for the rest of the game, this one's over. All right, my mom is calling. She obviously doesn't know football is on. Hello? Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. I'm streaming. I'm live right now, so I can't talk. Yeah, I'll call you after all the games are over. Okay, I got to go. All right, love you. Bye. Okay, bye.
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 28, receiving team. That penalty is half. This is the goal. First down. Timeout.
Well, this sucks. I mean, I don't want to see injuries out there, but if his wrist is fucked or whatever, I mean, hopefully he can get back out there, but that's not a good sign that he didn't go back into the game. So I don't know if they're going to do some painkillers. I mean, regardless of who wins in either matchup today, I mean, we just want to see everyone healthy. I hate to see Mahomes and Kelsey hurt. I don't want to see Purdy hurt. I want to see everyone healthy. No excuses. We can just go out there and have the best team win. And now Bosa's hurt. Yeah. Damn. Tough. I mean, it was already going to be tough anyways. Philly as the home team, obviously, they're rolling a little bit more. Kansas City has the injury, so even though they're at home, the Bengals kind of have their number. But, man, football, it's all about being hot and healthy at the right time. And tough injuries. We'll have to monitor that. And hopefully this is not end of game where he's out for the game. And I'm hoping for Niner fans' sake that he's not out of the game for the rest of the game. Hopefully they both get in, even if they're a shell of themselves. I mean, at least hopefully they get back in there. So crazy. Was not expecting that, but hey, you know, sometimes you do get some injuries in the big games like that. So yeah, I'll have to call back my mom after the games. Sometimes she'll see things, like sport related. You know, she's a traditional, Japanese lady. She doesn't watch sports. She doesn't really focus on anything sport related, but she knows what I do. But I don't think she really has a sense of like when the games are going on. She knows I record pretty much every day and whatnot. So, but I'll give her a call maybe after this game is over or the next game. But usually it'll be something related to like Mariners or Blazers or Griffey. You know, she just tries to find ways to try to connect with me, even though that I know she doesn't like care for sports, but just something that she'll see on the news and whatnot. And I know she misses Paisley. She hasn't had a dog since our childhood dog. And every time I bring Paisley over, I know she gets pretty excited, especially if you haven't had a dog in your life for quite some time. So Candace in the building. How are you? Lots of injuries. I just hope that they are okay. But Nick Bosa, he's back in. I mean, we had Fred Warner get hurt, right? Fuck it. He said, my arms are falling off. My shoulder hurts. Fuck it. Nick Bosa, fuck it. I'm in here. And now we got to see if Brock Purdy says, fuck it. Let me get out there. But it's obviously his throwing arm. First down and 10. See if the Eagles can pour on, a field goal or a touchdown on this drive or the next drive. But all of the momentum is in Philadelphia. Wow. Job. Yeah. I'll make sure I'll let her know. I mean, like I said, I can talk to her. I mean, I don't want to be able to talk to her just for a couple minutes. Usually when we have a conversation, it's going to be more than a couple. It ends up typically turning into a 5 to 30 minute conversation. So if I'm sitting here having a conversation, probably should call the game and then she understands, or maybe I can give her a call at halftime, see what's going on. But second down and 9, 7-0 Philadelphia. Injuries, Candace, injuries. When Brock Purdy gets hurt and you got, 3 of your most significant guys, quarterback and 2 of your best defensive players nicked up, but they're back out there except for Purdy. But, fumbled snap. There we go. Fred Warner with the tackle. Nice job. Getting closer to the end of the first quarter. It is chilly as fuck here in Oregon. I was trying to take Paisley for a second walk last night. It wasn't even midnight or 11. It was like 9:30, 10:30. I literally went outside, went about a half a mile, and I had to turn around. I mean, I usually wear shorts when I go out there, but the wind, normally the cold weather doesn't affect me, but the wind on top of the cold air, that's really what gets me. And it's very cold out here. Not snowing or anything like that, but it's definitely cool and crispy out here in Oregon. But it's pretty. We got the sun out. It's beautiful out here in the Northwest today. Third down and 9. Jalen's playing great so far. 8 for 10. 71 yards. I see you, Jalen. Yes, Purdy is hurt. Purdy is hurt, yes. D'Amico Ryans is awesome. I mean, like I said, a lot of the coaches and a lot of the pieces that are inside these 2 organizations are awesome. Like when I was a little kid, I followed Philadelphia like very heavy, San Fran, the Chiefs. There was always teams I followed. And before I was a Tampa Bay fan, like I claimed them as my team in 95 because it really came down to, and I've said this before, I was looking for guys that I could relate to, defensive guys. And in 94, when they won the Super Bowl, the Niners with Dion, if he would have stayed in San Fran for another year instead of hopping ship to Dallas and then helping Dallas win. Maybe I'm a Niner fan today, but when I was a little kid, I rooted and watched all the Niner games back then. So going deep and complete. So if I wasn't a Tampa fan, there was probably be a good possibility that I might have been a Niner fan. But the thing that really made me not be a Niner fan is then in 94, when Steve Young won the Super Bowl with Dion, I had a feeling when I was 12 that they were never going to win again. And I was like, they don't have Joe Montana. They don't have Steve Young. I'm a defensive guy. I don't really have a connection with the defensive guys that they have now. Now Bosa being hurt again. And I know they've gotten close. Kaepernick with Jimmy G, you know what I mean? But they need to have a top 10 quarterback. Once they get a top 10 quarterback, that's maybe when San Fran is going to win a Super Bowl. I know they can get there. O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. But I needed to be able to have guys that I related to. And I related to Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, John Lynch, Rondé Barber, Simeon Rice, and obviously Mike Allstott. And, the rest is history. 7-0 Eagles. Yeah, injuries are starting to rack up, but hopefully we don't see anything severe. But even if the Niners lose this game, I hope Purdy comes back if he can. Just to at least give them a fighting chance instead of this game being like a fucking blowout. But the Niners defense has too much pride, and they're just going to roll over and die. You know what I mean? They're not going to get whooped by 20 points or more. At least you wouldn't think so. They're going to try to do everything in their power to keep it under 14. But Eagles are tough. Like I said, I figured this game could go either way just because the Niners have been so hot, and they are very good on the road. But obviously Philly would be favored with that crowd and how they played this season. Jalen showing Jalen skills. Yeah. Bosa limping again. Turn your mic on, motherfucker. And both of these teams obviously have great defenses, that could match up against the Chiefs or the Bengals and win, right? But again, if you go against Mahomes and Burrow, those are the only two quarterbacks in the world right now where you could lose. You know what I mean? Like they might pull off some magic in the fourth quarter, even though the NFC team has got the better defense. Every once in a while, Burrow does magic, Mahomes does magic, and they can find a way. But we haven't seen it in a while. I mean, like I said, we saw it a couple years ago when Mahomes beat the Niners with that good defense back then, right?
This is a huge call. You'll see they were pretty adamant about what they saw, but just from a field position standpoint, this is a critical determination. No question.
Eagles fans are getting impatient. The Boo Birds are coming out. All right, no problem. Hi, Paisley.
They're just going to award the ball here to San Francisco and carry on.
Philly fans need more beer, apparently.
But sometimes that evidence might be hard to find, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They have to have a clear shot that shows that it did hit the wire. By the way, a wire, any object, any type of thing. So sometimes very difficult to see, even though we saw that clear reaction by Philadelphia. But if they can't see it, we cannot confirm whether the ball hit the wire or not. As a result, penalty will get forced in the 16th spot, first down. Penalties with the delay, but we wanted to confirm that.
I don't know, Greg. It's so hard to tell. You can see that the ball is obviously traveling with different rotation than we're traditionally used to seeing. And we're used to seeing a little more of a tight spiral. Point starts up and turns over. That ball was turning sideways. Just hard to tell whether it was a missed kick or if it did actually hit the wire. 9 seconds left in the first.
Damn, they got Josh Johnson still in there. Oh, nice catch. Nice throw by Johnson. Yeah, at least he completed a pass. All right, end of the first quarter. Eagles 7, Niners 0. with a little paisley pup sprinkled in.
You are very menacing. I just want you to know that.
I didn't think I was going to have to bring out the Josh Johnson photos, but here we are.
What if you were a major transit system with billions of passengers taking millions of trips every year? You weren't about to let any cyber attacks slow you down. So you partner with IBM to build a security architecture to keep your data, network, and applications protected. Now you can tackle threats so they don't bring you to a
Okay, Josh Johnson. Oh my gosh.
including you. Let's create cybersecurity that keeps your business on track. IBM. Let's create.
Next, on Behind the Scenes.
That performance was legendary. They just piled it on. Roast beef, ham, oven roasted turkey, all in the subway truck.
3 meat. That's great. 3 meat.
Yeah, I'll probably give my mom a call. I'll probably give her a call at halftime.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches?
I know she just wants me to come visit and whatnot. So
From the world's #1 selling nerve care company, Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid.
Oh, really?
Relieve
Well, just because, obviously with the DC and Marvel and all the companies, they know that they think they're going to make money on every single thing, but they fail to realize not every single, character is going to turn into like the Avengers or like Iron Man. And the one that actually blew up the most was Black Panther. And if Chadwick Boseman didn't die of cancer, fuck cancer, then Black Panther 2, I think would have been even bigger. But, for like a character that wasn't one of the main ones, that was the one that took off the most, obviously because of the soundtrack, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, and obviously, the movie overall was awesome. It was probably the best like small character movie in that, superhero ever. I don't know if I've ever seen anything as good as Black Panther was, and I'm not sure if we'll see another one again. I know some people thought that Black Adam was okay, but it ain't Black Panther though. Marcos, my boy, how are you, bro? What's good? We're here, dude. Football. How are you, brother? I missed you. We're going to have to hang out sometime too. I'm going to have to stop by and, or once you get your living situation settled down, if you're going to move closer to me, and once you get that figured out, because I assume you're still living out there, Woodburn and towards that area. But once you get closer here to me, we'll be able to kick it a little bit more often. 2nd down and 1. Josh Johnson still back there behind center. Hand off to CMC. Rumbling and a bumbling. 1st down. Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang. The one thing that I'm not looking forward to hearing, though, is after this game is over, if the Niners lose, they're going to be bitching and complaining about that first touchdown or the drop with Devontae Smith, on 4th down with the one-handed catch, and that led to the touchdown. They're going to be whining and complaining about that. Like, it's never going to end. You know what I mean? Not the fact that Brock Purdy got hurt or Warner got hurt or Bosa got hurt. I mean, everything is going against San Fran right now. Clearly. But, on the flip side, right, even if that play, got called correctly, chances are the Eagles' momentum is still going to be rolling and they were going to get points anyways. I get it. It's a big play that should have been incomplete and that would have, turned the ball over. Probably would have just led to a 3-and-out and a punt for the Niners anyway. But would it be that surprising to think if that play would have been called correctly that the Eagles don't have 7 by this point? I mean, they're probably still going to end up having a legit 7 even after that. So, good defense by the Eagles. Ooh. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch? Yum, 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 yum. Here we go. Right here. The Devontae Smith. And everything looks cool except for right there. Whoop, and then it's a drop. But we didn't get to see the other side of the angle. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily that because Niners necessarily aren't complainers, in my opinion. I mean, I follow every fan base that's out there. Any fan base would have complained at that point. You know, Eagles fans would have went livid if Brock Purdy would have done that to Debo and Debo would have dropped it. Oh, they would have been going crazy too. Let's not kid ourselves. You know what I mean? Anyone that gets a cheap touchdown is going to be upset, especially when you look at the replay and you find out it ends up being a drop. So Niner fan base actually isn't really that toxic. I mean, if you look at, there's going to be toxic fans in every fan base. All right. But I don't necessarily think the Niners have the most toxic fan base or even the top 5 in the NFL. Third down and 20. I mean, anyone gets pissed off when they think they get screwed over. Let's be honest. And complete. Should have been that active after that first initial fumble with the Brock Purdy injury. You got to make sure you get on the football until you hear the whistle. That's what they teach you in Pop Warner, supposedly. Illegal formation. I mean, they're on their 4th string quarterback. Think about that for a second. For all the people that want to be haters towards the Niners. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is doing the best that he can. I mean, how many other teams could have gotten this far with a 3rd string quarterback? And then he got hurt. Now you're on your 4th string. And now you're finally seeing the Niners, get exposed because Josh Johnson fucking blows. And he is a true backup quarterback, a true 3rd or 4th stringer. You know what I mean? He's not anywhere near being a backup. He's a backup's backup. And it shows. Now the Niners are going to have to prey on their O-line, D-line, and their defense, and and everything. They're going to have to find some kind of luck. There's Mike Trout in the crowd, big Eagle fan. $20. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it. Let's go, baby. Good game so far. Just don't like injuries. Yeah, injuries are taking a toll, but it's just crazy. It's one thing to have like one guy hurt, and then all of a sudden it's like one guy, and then another guy, and then another guy. But I mean, at least we saw Fred Warner come back in, and we saw Bosa come in. But at this point, if those guys go down, if you at least have this back there, you have a shot. But if it's going to be this for the rest of the game, I don't see any way the Niners are going to win this game. Unless you just hand the ball off a billion times, and then you get lucky with McCaffrey and, he's able to get loose. But Eagles defense is so stout, I'm not sure if they're going to allow that. And especially if a guy can't throw, then they're going to throw 8 or 9 in the box. And so there's going to be more pressure until he can prove he can go over the top to maybe like Debo or maybe like a Jennings or an Ayuk. But we already know that this motherfucker can't throw. So it'll be really interesting to see what the defense does. And if the defense is smart, they'll bring more people up to the line. And this might be the beginning of the end. So we'll find out. Yeah, I mean, this could be a low-scoring game. It could end up being 2017, 2013, 23-20 if we actually had everyone healthy. But now with no one healthy, I mean, we don't really know what's going to happen. So, all right, I'm going to call my mom real quick.
Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. That's more road trips, more spa days, more of what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket.
Hey.
When you buy today and refinance tomorrow.
Hey, so I'm still working and whatnot, but I was thinking, are you going to be home tomorrow? Okay, maybe I'll bring the dog tomorrow, and I can. Maybe I'll stop by tomorrow, like lunchtime, with the dog. Yeah, with the dog. Yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta go. The game is starting back up, but I'll call. I'll call you tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll come at lunchtime, like at noon. Okay. All right. Bye. Love you too. Bye. Bye. Hand off to Miles Sanders. I'm going to stop by the mama's house tomorrow. I'll bring Paisley over there.
It's third year running this offense. He's ascended to new levels, an MVP finalist this year.
And the Eagles and Niners are very battle tested. You know, when you have good O-line, D-line, defense coaching, play calling, even with, you know, obviously with the injuries, it's taking a toll on the Niners. But the NFC has the most balanced teams that could easily beat the Chiefs or the Bengals just based off defense alone if the players can stay healthy. And that's a big what if. Eagles players on defense haven't got hurt, but the Niners, they're starting to get clipped a little bit here, but we still got a ways to go. Oh, almost a safety. Wow. Nice job by Bosa. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Nice job, Nick. Almost a safety. Let me check. I mean, we already kind of know how it was last week, so at least we're at 20. No, nothing anywhere, but hopefully we'll get a few more people to support, you know, before the day is done. Third down and 15. Shotgun set. Hurts out of his own end zone. Towards the sideline, incomplete. Niner defense stepping up there. Nice job. Yeah, but I like balance. You know, I like offense and defense. So obviously the NFC teams usually have the best balance. But, God, they got the best quarterbacks in the AFC, don't they? Hall of Famers. They're going to have Herbert, Josh Allen, Mahomes, and Burrow. It's like, can't we have one of those guys over here in the NFC? So I'm kind of hoping that Herbert leaves the Chargers after his deal is up, and then maybe an NFC team will claim him, and maybe we can get a Herbert matchup against one of those big boys, Allen, Mahomes, or Burrow in the future. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. Not saying that, you know, Herbert's going to come to Tampa, but hey, a guy can dream. That would be the best case scenario for me. Then I actually would buy a jersey. I'd be, okay, Herbert on the Bucs? Yeah, I would buy that. But obviously Herbert's going to get paid a lot of money, and I imagine his deal, just like Burrow's, is going to be like $50 million a year. So Buccaneers can't afford that, and I just hope that Herbert gets the proper coaching and supporting cast and also gets a defense before his career is up. 7-0 Philadelphia. Let's see what Josh Johnson can do. Damn, why did it have to be Josh Johnson? Damn it. Could you imagine if Brock Purdy would have got hurt in the Super Bowl if they would have won? Oh, man. I mean, it's not like the ratings would have taken a big dip, but it's like, I guess we should always expect the Niner quarterbacks to get hurt. I mean, when they had Joe Montana and when they had Steve Young or even Jeff Garcia, we didn't have really any issues. And then Kaepernick had a little bit of a run as well, but they need to be able to find a franchise QB who's top 10 so we don't have to worry about this happening anymore. I mean, injuries are injuries, but I mean, at some point your luck is going to run out. And the Niners could still keep it close, but they're definitely behind the 8 ball, and that's facts. All right, so it looks like I'll go visit my mom tomorrow, bring Paisley. She'll be excited about that. Hope everyone is having a good day. We had a great Royal Rumble yesterday. And Vic Fangio being a defensive coordinator, he has a good defensive mind, and then that's also good that, makes him the NFL's highest paid coordinator, huh? Because as a head coach, he was garbage, but as a defensive coordinator, he was awesome. And the Dolphins need fucking defense. Think about it. I mean, I know the Panthers and there's a few other teams that need it, but I mean, if the Dolphins actually want to be a contender, they need to be able to fix that side of the football. And if they fix that side of the football and then move on from Tua, if it's the guy that they don't want to have there, if they can go Brady or Lamar or someone else, I wouldn't think that Miami's too far behind from making a playoff push just in the next couple years. But they need to be able to solidify the defense first and figure out who their quarterback is. Tua or not Tua? To Tua or not to Tua? That is the question. Damn it, Brock. All right, here we go. Josh Johnson. Play action fake. Little screen pass to McCaffrey. There we go. Ooh, big hit. Big hit. Nice run by Christian McCaffrey. Run CMC. One of the biggest pickups. They said it was a risk. But again, Saquon and CMC stayed healthy this year. And when they stay healthy, they are two of the top 5 in the NFL. We know Josh Jacobs had a year. Nick Chubb had a year. We had some of these guys that had very, very good years. But a lot of people in fantasy stayed away from CMC and Saquon because they thought no way in hell they're going to stay healthy. And they did, and they proved that they can be top 5 backs again. And it's better for the NFL when we see Saquon and CMC healthy, in my opinion. There we go. First down, Niners. Move the chains. All right, CMC. Look at that, 3-3. Oh, let's get McCaffrey. 12-1. Is that good? Is that good? 3-3, and then you get McCaffrey and you go 12-1 after. I think that's good. Apparently, that's very good. It's almost unbelievable that they went on such a run like that. But again, when CMC's healthy, Saquon's healthy, it can make a difference. I mean, shit, the Giants would have made the playoffs or even got as many wins this year without him being healthy. Dayball was great, but they really relied heavy on Saquon's. Josh Johnson, there we go. Busted up. Josh Johnson playing good. There we go. We already know you're not very good, but at least you're playing like a poor man's Brock Purdy right now. There you go. You just got to do short little passes and let McCaffrey with the yak yards do the rest. Same thing with Debo. Short pass for 5 yards. Let the guys do it for themselves because we know you can't fucking throw. There we go. Niners about to get some points. Field goal minimum now. QB sneak. First down. Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang. There we go. Momentum starting to shift a little bit. And it shows you, even with a 4th string quarterback, right, you're still going to be somewhat competitive. And I don't know if you'd be able to do that with any other team in the NFL. But again, Kyle Shanahan is a special guy. Really knows the ins and outs, and having him and his dad, obviously do what they did in the NFL. But this is going to be their biggest challenge yet. But they have dynamic weapons. McCaffrey, Juszczyk, Debo, Ayuk, Jennings, Kittle. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at, honestly. And the offensive line, one of the best in the world with Trent Williams at left tackle. Damn. Oh. Could have been worse. It could have been his wrist, but I guess the elbow is in not very good shape either. Yeah, it feels like a field goal or a touchdown drive. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be Josh making these big plays. I would like to see him see if he can bounce to the outside. Can you run RPO? Can you extend the play and get outside to the right or left to extend the play and be a little creative? Something to keep an eye on for the rest of the game. I know they're kind of playing it safe with him because they didn't expect him to play, but we'll see what they open up in the second half and today. Yeah, throw it away. There you go. Intended receiver, Brandon Ayuk, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Shanahan is using those early downs, play action, not just turning around and handing it off on every early down. Give his quarterback the chance to get some completions.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10. McCaffrey. And baby! Yeah, let's go! Boom! Woo! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about, baby. You got to have other guys step up, and one of the most dynamic players in the NFL, run CMC, touchdown, Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go. Josh Johnson fucking blows, but guess what? You got someone that doesn't, and it's run CMC. Power, grit, stability, agility. Let's go. Nice job. Let's get it, baby. Touchdown, Niners. Let's go. We wanted this to be a close game. Robbie Gold, extra point is up, and it's good. Let's go. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. We just want a close game. No one wants to see a blowout in the AFC NFC championship game. I mean, we've already seen so much bad football this year, in college and the NFL. It's just refreshing to be able to see teams compete. Nice job, Kyle. And next up, we'll see what Nick Sirianni has in his bag. But at least we have a close game with all the injuries, with all things considered. There we go. There we go. Run CMC, running with a purpose. Okay. All right, McCaffrey. My goodness. Now 49er fans can breathe easy.
At this point, who does it? Yeah. Who does it at this point? Like you just said, Scorsese, DiCaprio, De Niro. Yeah. Call me.
International flavors also different. Original chicken, so magnificent. There is
God damn, another Burger King commercial? You got to be kidding me, dude. Are we going to ever end these? They're like, this is a good idea. It's just never going to end. They're just going to keep doing them over and over again. God damn. Can we end the Burger King commercials, please? My God.
GMC Sierra with hands-free driving offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class.
It's crazy. He had a lot of power there. I don't know if we thought that he was going to be able to run through all those guys. Philly tackles hard, and they're a good tackling team. So that was a little shocking for him to run over everyone right there. We know he's got it in him. You know what I mean? But Philadelphia's defense is like San Fran. Usually, once you get popped from the first initial two guys, you typically go down because the guys are very hardcore tacklers. I mean, you got guys out there like Reddick. He don't miss. You got guys out there like Darius Slay, Fletcher Cox. I mean, they don't miss that often. And obviously, you got guys like Bosa, Armstead, Warner, Hufanga. I mean, same thing on that side too. But at least we have a game, and that's all we could ask for. So, and I know Finley loves it because he's a Panther fan, so he's rooting for the Niners and CMC. At least someone that was a former player on the team that he rooted for that can maybe go to a Super Bowl. If you can't get to the Super Bowl yourself, you can live vicariously through McCaffrey if they can get there. And I totally understand. A lot of Panther fans are going to be rooting, just like Lions fans were rooting for Stafford. Same type of thing. Absolutely. 7-7, we're tied up. And thank God. Uncle Mo is a motherfucker, isn't he? I mean, motherfucker, he just fucking knocks on the door, eats all your chicken, right? Eats all your chips, and then you just never think he's going to leave. But then all of a sudden you go to the bathroom, you come back out, and he's gone. You know what I mean? Or sometimes he moves in, and he's there, for a couple days. Woo! Should have wrapped up right there instead of just trying to smack McCaffrey. You have to wrap up instead of smack him. Right there. Was that Reddick? No, who was that? Gardner Johnson? That was Gardner Johnson. Come on, man. You got to do something better than that. You can't tackle like you did at the Saints. Well, using your shoulder pad, use your arms. They're way too athletic to just be, using your body as a missile and hoping the guy goes down. Handoff up the middle. Now it seems like the flow of the game is going to slow down here. And, we're probably going to have like a 14-10 kind of game or, 10-7 game. We'll see how it all plays out here. But you can kind of feel like things are settling down. There was a lot of nerves early on. And it being 7-7, I know some people don't like defensive games. I fucking love it. Defense wins championships. Don't forget it. Unless you go against Mahomes and Burrow, and every once in a while, they will clip you. But 9 times out of 10, the better defensive team will win the game. And we already know both of these teams have way better defenses than the Bengals and Chiefs. Like the Chiefs defense on a scale of 1 to 10 is like a 6 or a 7, right? I would say the Bengals defense is like a 7 or an 8. And then I would say Eagles and Niners defenses are a 10, like no question. So, I mean, yeah, you can get lucky with Burrow and Mahomes at some point, but usually if you actually have a good defensive coordinator and a good scheme with good quality depth, sometimes it's a little too much. And you called it, man. Uncle Mo is a motherfucker. 3rd down and 2. Shotgun set. Hurts. Hands off. No, with the keeper. Stopped him. Momentum starting to shift. What happens if the Niners score on this next drive? Uh-oh. Hufanga is a fucking animal, man. Fred Warner is a fucking animal. I love these guys, dude. Bosa, Greenlaw, Warner, Hufanga. They remind me of Tampa Bay players, like that I had back in the day. They're special. QB sneak. He got it. 1st down, Eagles. Nice QB sneak by Hurts. We're going to get definitely more scoring in the AFC game. So if you're an offensive-minded person, relax. RELAX. You're going to get lots of touchdowns in the next game, but this one, there are going to be more field goals than touchdowns, more than likely, or it's not going to be as many touchdowns. I highly doubt we're going to get into the 30s. This is probably going to be, the best case scenario you could ask for is high 20s, but I don't even know if we're going to get that because both of these defenses are awesome. 7-7, 1st down and 10. And when you have defenses that are this elite, every play matters. You don't have a lot of room to fuck up. Boom! What a tackle. Talanoa Hufanga, baby. This is my favorite new player. You know what I mean? That no one ever talks about. It's really cool to see a guy emerge out of nowhere. He did go to USC. Troy Polamalu trains him. Looks like Troy Polamalu, plays like Troy Polamalu, has hair like Troy Polamalu. And obviously, I'm a big Troy Polamalu guy, too. I mean, him and Ed Reed, Brian Dawkins, John Lynch, back in my time, those were the guys to watch. 2nd down and 6. Yeah, little man press. Hurts, one-on-one, going deep. Oh! Ward with the good coverage. He actually looked back at the right time. Pass incomplete. Nice job. Devontae Smith, pass incomplete. Good game so far. Appreciate everybody in the room. Your guys' loyalty to me will not be forgotten ever. Almost picked. Yeah. It wouldn't have been a pick anyways, but I hate it when guys get their hands on it or so close. Ward, he's sniffing it. Oh, he's holding him like a motherfucker, though. You can't do that. Can't do that. Big penalty on the Niners for being dumb. Don't be dumb, Ward. A.J. Brown. Hey, a lot of us would like to hug A.J. Brown, huh? He's kind of hard to guard. Look at Ward trying to complain to the ref. He's like, I didn't really do anything. I'm like, motherfucker, you bear hugged him. That's a fucking felony. Come on, man. Yeah. I love it when they try to argue back with the refs. What do you mean I held him? Then they look up together out the top. Oh, shit. I guess he caught me. Got him. All right, 1st down and 10. What a great game so far. We would like more points. Let's not get it twisted. But for a defensive battle, everything that I expected besides the injuries. Hurts, scrambling, throwing it out of bounds on 1st down and 10. Oh, they don't like each other one bit, do they? And you know what? This is going to be, maybe one of the beginning rivalries. This probably won't be the last time in the next 5 years where we see this NFC championship matchup again. It's a very likely possibility we get these two teams to play each other again before both of their runs are over. Jalen, scrambling, gambling, throw it. I should have threw it. Flag, holding on the play. Come on, Jalen. Can't hold the ball forever. Oh, wow. Automatic first down. Yeah, I thought it was a hold. Oh, McGill all up in Kelsey. Kelsey's so strong. Look at him. He can't even see, and he's still being able to try to do the best that he can. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, that's one thing about the Kelsey bros. They are phenomenal. First down and 10, flag on the play. I'm going to have to throw up a photo. He's just too good not to share. Love Lane Johnson. Love Kelsey. I'm a big, big offensive lineman guy. We got to make sure we show love for some of the O-line. I know we don't really show too many photos of them, but you know your boy will, especially if you're really, really, really good. Except the injuries. No one expected Brock Purdy going down. Nick Bosa and Fred Warner getting hurt early. No one predicted that. But as far as the score and the defense, this is the type of game we expected. You know, but the injuries, I'm not sure if we expected so many just to be on the Niners side. And I don't think anyone, I mean, like I said, it's not like this guy's out for the game, and it's not like he's out for the game, right? So you don't have to really worry about that. But at this point, it doesn't look like Brock Purdy's going to be able to come back. And trust me, if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, you don't want to be known as the team that couldn't beat a fourth-string quarterback at home, because you'll never hear the end of it. If you end up losing this game, Philadelphia, and you lose to Josh Johnson, you will never hear the end of it. Not from me, but from others. You're at home. You're the better team. You got the better quarterback. But again, these teams are so well balanced. I just don't really know. I mean, it's not like Josh Johnson is going to be the one that wins it for you. It's going to be the O-line, the D-line, and the defense, and coaching and play calling. But if the Niners win the game somehow, right, and they go to the Super Bowl and it's not Brock Purdy, how the hell are they going to beat the Bengals or Chiefs? No one's going to want to watch Josh Johnson in the fucking Super Bowl if it ends up being Josh Johnson. I mean, if the Niners make it, we'll be happy. But I guess at that point, you just got to hope that Purdy's elbow will be healthy by then, which it could be. So, but at this point, the Eagles are still the team. Let's see if Uncle Mo is still rolling with Philadelphia. Looks like they're about to continue this drive. Here we go. Gainwell. First down, Eagles. You know your boys already got the photo prepped. Got the Boston Scott in here too. Nice run by Kenneth Gainwell. Nice three-headed horse.
Gainwell, the big pickup, takes us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. Let's go. $20, one dono so far, 80 to go. Let's get it, baby. We only have 3 games left. I mean, if you appreciate all the hard work that me and Sarah put in throughout the year, and if you can do it, support your boy. You know, this is the full-time job. You know, this stuff takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy. You know, we're doing about an hour prep, you know, and then I'm usually doing, 4 hours on top of that. So every dollar counts. That's facts. Good game so far. 7-7, Eagles and Niners knotted up. See if I can find a good Lane Johnson on here too.
What's up, Einstein? My network went into a black hole. You tried to save a buck on it.
I got what I paid for. Not so smart.
Nah, you're still a genius. But there is a smarter way to save. Switch to Verizon and get a new iPhone 14 Pro and Apple Watch on them.
Yep, right now get iPhone 14 Pro and Apple Watch SE on us. That's a value of up to $1,200.
Eureka! I'm switching.
Wow, you're pretty spry.
The network you deserve, the savings you want. Verizon.
Animal control. 3 guesses why we're here.
Hey, I'm not touching that thing. I was led to believe this job was mostly dogs.
140? Got no chance of me. I'm 160.
Wouldn't telling him your real weight be scariest?
Can we please be our better selves here?
Yeah, Emily, why don't you talk to my partner?
Joe McHale, Animal Control. February 16th on Fox.
Intuit TurboTax presents a Not Taxes Moment of the Week. In the Eagles' divisional playoff victory over the Giants, running back Kenneth Gainwell picked up key blocks by tackle Jordan Mailata and receiver Zach Pascal on a 35-yard touchdown run that sealed the win. A play made possible by thinking about football and not taxes. Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who'll do them for you so you can do more football.
There's a lot of championship game experience there, right? The Verizon halftime coming up. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, Jimmy, Croc, all with you down on the field. That'll be in 2 minutes from now. 7-7 game. Eagles putting together a good drive here. 12th play of it. Sanders nearly tripped up for a big loss.
Sanders to the outside.
Well done. Just nowhere to go for Miles Sanders.
And my M&Ms just went flying.
Yeah, nice job here by Nick Bosa. He's the read player. He's who Jalen Hurts is looking at. He thought he crashed enough to allow Miles Sanders. So they got Nick Bosa playing it. All right, he breaks that tackle, but the delay that it causes allows Fred Warner, who's the straight player, he's assigned to Miles Sanders. It buys him that extra second to string that ball out wide and force him to go out of bounds.
A.J. Brown and Jimmy Ward matched up against the slot. There's that matchup we showed you.
Second down and 9.
Second down.
Shotgun set for Hurts. Got plenty of time. Holding on the Eagles. Damn, San Fran again? And the Niners usually are pretty disciplined. Niners look like the Cowboys today on defense.
The official sees, don't you think, Mike Pereira, that left arm wrapped around Goddard's back, preventing him from running that out-breaking route?
And even if the left arm wasn't there, he rode him beyond 5 yards with the quarterback in the pocket.
Come on, Ward, you fucking idiot. Come on, Jimmy. Buster. Jadarius. Oh.
Sanders was going to be able to circle the defense. Watch the inside-out pursuit. He avoids the block from Kelsey and then just outruns Lane Johnson.
Charvarius. Charvarius, Jimmy. Come on, Ward. You got 2 of them. 2 Wards out there. Hand off to Miles Sanders. Touchdown, Eagles. Interesting to see Miles Sanders get going early. CMC, all running back so far. I figured it might be closer to the second half, but they're finding a way. Nice job. Touchdown, Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Good blocking up front. Extra point is up. And it's good. Miles Sanders, baby. 14-7 Eagles. Yeah, good blocking up front. I see you.
Now that you've moved back home, I have a resume here. Your mom has made it her job to find you a job. Any job. I'm going to give you his resume. Do you need something more related to your skills and interests?
Good game. Everything that we anticipated it being.
You get matched with relevant jobs that fit your requirements.
Niners got to stop holding, though.
So everyone else can go back to minding their own business.
So, don't think it's really too much of Jimmy, but Charvarius.
Snickers satisfies. Do your own taxes online with H&R Block, and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons, like football season.
Simple returns, file free. That is just good taxes right there.
Upload last year's TurboTax return to switch to H&R Block.
New customers get our best.
Are you taking off?
That's right. But what if I'm already a customer? No problem.
What's the deal? Are you picking up anybody else? Or are you
Same deal. Yeah. It's kind of
are you going straight to your mom's? Or are you grabbing? Yeah. Yeah. She's ready to go.
But what about for existing customers?
Yeah. Yeah, good game so far. Hopefully Ward doesn't become a liability. All of that grabbing, but yeah, good game so far. Which, I mean, normally AFC, NFC championship games, they live up to the billing. I mean, sometimes the NFC, AFC championship game ends up being better than the Super Bowl. But with these four teams, we already know the Super Bowl is going to be good. Any of the four teams could end up going there. So, and normally I don't feel that way. And it's crazy to think that the Chiefs might be the worst team out of the four left, you know, just because they're a liability on defense and then Mahomes and Kelsey are hurt. But every year is a different year, and sometimes you can fight adversity even if you're hurt. So if the Chiefs find a way to have a miracle performance and they can win, I wouldn't be surprised. It's hard to beat a team 4 times in a row, but damn, Joe Burrow is really tough to beat. And they don't even have the 2 other offensive starting linemen. Jonah Williams and Kappa are out again, but literally they're the only team that in the NFL that doesn't need to have an offensive line to win a game. So Kyle Shanahan is saying that they are holding, which might be true. Yeah, the calls that were on Ward, these are legitimate. You can't be griping about this guy. This motherfucker's holding left and right. But again, there's holding on every play. So, I mean, they're not going to call every single play there. All right, good game so far. 14-7 Eagles.
Fourth quarterback of the season playing. How does Kyle Shanahan handle this last drive? This is interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. Here you have your 4th string quarterback, Josh Johnson, about a minute 30, but Philadelphia still can stop the clock 2 times. So do you want, your defense just came off the field after a long scoring drive. Do you want to rush down the field, have a couple of incompletions, stop the clock, and give the ball back to Jalen Hurts to try to steal a possession going into halftime? This first down call will tell us exactly.
All right, here we go. Shotgun set. Whoa. Oh, first down, Niners. There we go. Josh Johnson playing pretty good. I mean, with all things considered, out of a 4th stringer. First down, Niners. Oh, fumble. Oh, he lost it. I think he lost it, idiot. I think the Eagles recovered, but I can't see. Yep, you lost it. Idiot. Big play for the Eagles. How the fuck are you going to drop the snap? Well, I guess that's why you're 4th string, right? All right. Game's starting to get a little... Well, the snap was bad. Shitty snap by the center. Fall, motherfucker. And then obviously there's legs and stuff there. And you're not even going for it, Josh. Jesus Christ. Go for it. I mean, is the football important to you or not? You just can't wiggle your arms a little bit. Yeah. Let me try to get it. Come on. Come on, Josh. You fucking bum. Jesus. Go for the football if you dropped it. Jeez. Nice recovery by Reddick. This guy has been the difference maker so far today. Everything's coming up Philly right now. Kind of makes you wonder, though, if Brock Purdy was playing, what the score would be and how the flow of the game would be. I mean, if you're going to fumble like that, fall on it. You know, especially when it's right there. Don't half-ass it. That was half-ass effort. Like, what did you think? Some big guy is going to land on your arm? Fuck it. What happens if Josh Johnson gets hurt? Who's next at quarterback? Then it has to be like Run CMC has to play quarterback? Is that what happens? Well, everything is going in Philly's favor at this point. Could be worse for the 49ers. They could be at 0. Boston Scott. Another penalty. Dre Greenlaw with a face mask. Idiot. God, the Niners are playing like the Cowboys today on defense. Just all kinds of unnecessary penalties. Nice run by Boston Scott. Come on, Dre, be better.
It's been a big story in this first half. There's 6.5, and now the Eagles in business on a 1st and goal.
Eagles about to go up 21-14. No. 21-7. I mean, at the very least, 17-7. We'll see if the Niners defense can hold up. I mean, the only thing they can pray for now is, a turnover. That's the only thing that's going to save the Niners here. Touchdown, Eagles! The running game, too much. Eagles looking like a Super Bowl team like we thought they were all year. Oh, the fans are drunk. They are loving it. Like McDonald's. I'm loving it. Nice job. Motherfuckers are going for 2? Why? Why go for 2? Just kick the extra point, dude. What's the point? You're not Chip Kelly. Kick it.
Can use your timeout. But now they have to line up for an extra point, KB, because you can't use back-to-back timeouts. So their plan of using their offense to try to cut this half the distance to the goal now. Yeah, they had 12 men on the field. You can see he's mad.
And he lost his gum.
He lost his mind. He lost his gums.
Meanwhile, the Eagles have 3 rushing touchdowns, so the angle Scott clearly snuck in there inside the pylon. 2 scores in a minute 20 for them, and the most rushing touchdowns in a single season all time now, tied with the Yellow Jackets. You know it's been a long time. Unbelievable.
Jake Elliott with the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. 21-7, Eagles. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. Okay. Ooh, Next Level Chef. I'm watching that. That's my boy, dude. Gordon Ramsay. Anything Gordon Ramsay, I'm watching. Hit 'em high and watch them Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly. On the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. I got an Eagles nest like 1 minute from my house. They have like 3 or 4 of them in the United States. One in Philly, one in Arizona, one in Oregon. And they usually have, hundreds of people at the spot that drive hours to go to one spot at this Irish bar to watch games together. And the guy that owns the bar here in Oregon has 2 restaurants here down the road from me, and he's an import from Philly. So he actually is bringing like the Philly cuisine, authentic from Philadelphia here to Oregon. 21-7. There actually is a lot of Eagle fans in Oregon. Even before the Eagles were starting to get good, we've always had a strong Eagle following here. There's a lot of representation because not everyone here in Oregon is a Seahawk fan. I would only say like 10% of the fans in Oregon are Seahawk fans. A lot of them are fans of other teams, Niners, Raiders, Chargers, West Coast teams, as well as, teams that are, not here in the Northwest.
Trailing at the half, and that'll be new territory. But more importantly, they're going to be trailing with Josh Johnson at quarterback with Brady injury to the elbow. We'll see if he come back in the second half, but right now it doesn't appear like he will. So that return has him to take a shot here with 10 seconds to go. 4-man rush, pressure on Johnson, back foot throw to nowhere.
Pass incomplete.
Yeah, I'd like to see Josh Johnson. He's got 3 timeouts. You can throw this ball in the middle of the field. There was nobody on Juwan Jennings running.
And the big story of the day, I don't necessarily think the run defense is bad for San Fran today, but penalties, and injuries. And that's why we're at 21-7. You got to give credit to Philadelphia. You know what I mean? They're at home. They are favored. You know what I mean? We knew that the Niners, if they stayed healthy, that they would have a shot, the best shot out of it. Dallas was playing right now. They'd be getting a similar type of score, maybe even more. You know what I mean? But you got to give Philadelphia credit. The game's not over yet, but it's not looking too good for San Fran. All right, halftime. Philadelphia loves it. 1 half away from the Super Bowl. And we already know Philadelphia can win it all. Like I said, they're more well-balanced than the Chiefs or the Bengals. It's just that you have to make sure you can't let Burrow or Mahomes do the magic. And if they do the magic, you always have a chance to lose. But I'm always going to take a team that has good balance, offense and defense, over a team that's got a Hall of Fame quarterback. And that's all they got, at least on that side, of the football. 21-7, halftime. Paisley actually, they ended up with my girlfriend and girlfriend's daughter took Paisley, and they're going up to her mom's house. I guess they just went crabbing, and they got all kinds of like crab and other lobster type stuff. And so they're going to go up to Washington, and they're going to hang out there for the day. So I'm not going to have to worry about Paisley, which is nice. And we can just kind of chill and hang out and whatnot. So. No, we're not going there.
For just $6, you can get your choice between 2 sandwiches plus my classic taco, curly fries, and a drink.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sure. For just $6. Try my $6 Jack Pack today. Business can happen anytime, anywhere. So help yours.
All right, I got to go throw a drink into the freezer. Give me a sec.
Complete connectivity solution. It's the largest, fastest, reliable network. Advanced gig speed Wi-Fi and cyber threat protection, starting at just $49.99 a month. Plus, you can save up to 60% a year when you add Comcast Business Mobile. Or ask how to get up to a $750 prepaid card. Complete connectivity. One solution for wherever business takes you. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Spring's coming. You know what that means? Time to get a new ride.
Bring into your next ride at the Portland Auto Show, starting February 2nd.
Hey, that's Groundhog Day.
At the Oregon Convention Center. Tickets at portlandautoshow.com.
Imagine living in a place where social and business communities come together. A place inspired by the majesty of the Pacific Northwest, where creative leaders and cultural influencers connect in a setting that is relaxed and refined.
and your every need is anticipated. Imagine a gateway to endless opportunities right where you live. The Ritz-Carlton Residences Portland is your gateway to the future of Pacific Northwest living.
Download the Fox 12 streaming news app. Live, local, free.
What's the play?
Housekeeping! Housekeeping!
Welcome to the Verizon halftime, the network America relies on.
And the Philadelphia Eagles lead the NFC Championship game 21-7 at halftime. It really changed on the opening possession for San Francisco. Brock Purdy hit by Hassan Reddick, injured his elbow, and has not been back. It has been since. And so since that time, it's really been the Philadelphia team.
Right. This is just so unfortunate. When he tried to go through with his arm, they caught him on his forearm. The elbow goes forward, and obviously what we're hearing is it's a nerve. So if it's a nerve, what's happened? It's all the way burns all the way down to the hand. You can't feel your fingers. It will come back. More likely not today.
You know how Hassan Reddick has really been a huge impact this season. He did it here early.
Yeah, 16 sacks during the year. You had to figure out how are we going to deal with him. They chose poorly. They have Kraft, the backup tight end, versus Kittle walking him. Strip sack, hits the elbow, changes the trajectory of the game, and then again, you try to block Hassan Reddick for 16 sacks in the year with a wide receiver and a tight end who's late getting across the formation. Once again, second sack in the game. Hassan Reddick has been doing this all year.
You know, Jimmy, Josh Johnson's the 49ers' fourth quarterback this season. Can they come back with it?
Well, all week long, he's probably been simulating Jalen Hurts. He hasn't had a whole lot of work. And with the running back, Elijah Mitchell, out, really, Christian McCaffrey's going to have to carry his football team on his back. Here he catches the screen, picks up 9 yards. You know, he is the key weapon for him. Here the ball thrown a little bit behind him. He picks up another first down. Then he makes a fantastic run. Makes 4 different guys miss. They break tackles into the end zone. Christian McCaffrey's going to be the key for them to get back into this ball game.
I mean, they went 46 yards for that touchdown, 44 of those yards by Christian McCaffrey. So they definitely need him, but they also need to get Debo and Samuel involved. Even if you have to throw just short balls, short passes. But here, this is what you can't have. You cannot have just the turnovers. You have the ball hit you in the hand and drop it. There really is no excuse for that. It's just about focus. And if you're Josh Johnson, you just know, just don't mess it up. You have a good team around you who can help. And now being down 14, the Eagles defense, putting their ears back, and they're coming off that line and rushing the path. They put themselves in a lot of pressure in San Francisco.
All right, look, there's still 2 more quarters to play in this game, and it's only a 2-score game. But right now, the Philadelphia fans are already celebrating. Local Philly native DJ Jazzy Jeff is performing here at halftime. I guess considering the data that still have grandparents who don't understand these days. When we come back, we'll get you all set for the AFC title. Joe Burrow and the Bengals at KC.
The Verizon halftime is brought to you by Verizon, the network you deserve, the savings that last.
I have dated a lot of guys in the city. It hasn't worked out for me.
She's too pretty to be in a place like this.
That's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Has anybody else been fired recently?
We're coming in. On your knees right now. Tomorrow, Alert Missing Persons Unit is a weekly thrill ride.
We have 7 missing women, and I figured out how they connect. So that's it. Revenge.
This is evil. You just gotta be stopped. I think I might know where he is.
Hey, police, hey!
The others, where are they? Where do I get the women?
I need you to put that knife down.
All new Alert Missing Persons Unit tomorrow at 9 on Fox. All new season of The Masked Singer premieres Wednesday, February 15th on Fox.
I just got to clean up a little bit with everybody gone out of the house, making sure they got all the camping shit out of the vehicle since they had to make room for the dog, and they're picking up a friend when they're going up there. So I think I got everything cleaned up, picked up after Paisley and whatnot, and just got to do one more thing, but I should be back before halftime starts just to kind of get everything in order with food and everything else here. So give me a couple minutes and I'll be right back. I'll be back before the time of the game starting up here. So I think Gummies and Pre-Roll are calling my name.
Of course, later tonight, the AFC Championship game, the second year in a row, will have Cincinnati at Kansas City. Bengals defender Mike Hilton helps us get the tables up, all set with Christina Pink.
Well, Mike Burrowhead, all started with you, but now that you are in this building, moments from kickoff, how do you make sure you guys back it up?
We just got to go out and execute. It's not going to be easy. This is a great team we're going against. This is their fifth straight AFC championship. So we know it's at stake, but we got the guys in the locker room to handle business and go out and get a win.
Thanks so much. Good luck tonight. Back to the guys in Philly.
Yes, the Cincinnati Bengals defense has been playing great. They held Buffalo to their least amount of points scored all year last week. And if Travis Kelce does not play, expect the Bengals to rattle Mahomes all game without a safety valve. Someone's going to have to step up to the plate. Is it going to be Juju Smith-Schuster or is it going to be Jerick McKinnon? We will see later on.
All right, Gronk mentioned that because Jay reported in the pregame show that Travis Kelce injured his back in practice this week. He's crossing his fingers. He is a game-time decision. All right, another half to go here from Philadelphia. The NFC Championship game. Another Philly fan. Bradley Cooper get the crowd all riled up. We'll see if it works here in the second half.
The Underdogs are a group of fringe separatists planning an attack. Need your help.
911 Lone Star, all new Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
I'm Camilla Ortiz. Tune in tonight for your first alert weather on Fox 12 Oregon.
For adventure, for climbing, for splashing, for towing, for premium, for capable. The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Step up to GMC with 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra Light Duty models. See your Northwest GMC dealer.
The other day, a hornet's nest fell on my head. It's not ideal, but we'll manage. Just like I managed without home internet. Sure, I wish this hotspot was a lot faster, but my phone works. Sometimes it's not that bad.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today.
What if a mouse could change the world? If elephants could fly? If a princess could look like me? If stories could come to life? If I could watch heroes save the day and become a hero myself? What if it could be a huge party with my friend Mickey?
Here, now, is where 100 years of Disney dreams come to life at the Disneyland Resort.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like off-road tube suspension, an enhanced all-wheel drive system, all-terrain tires, and trail launch. So you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever.
Man, I'm trying to lock down the perimeter and you worried about sauce.
It's all about the sauce.
Oh, yes, good, Red. We gotta run it. No, man.
Stay tuned for NASCAR's best and a race you have to see to believe. The Clash of the Coliseum next Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Meet with an expert who'll do them for you so you can watch more football.
All right, I'm back. Oh, baby, it is windy and cold. Oh, my gosh. It's glad I went to the store and got plenty of opportunities to get all my stuff settled in. I got all my snacks, got all the goodies. 21-7 Eagles. And I'm always cleaning up after everybody. I think sometimes that's why I get so overwhelmed with everything. Because it's not only do I put in a lot of time with this and, the channel and the preparation and the reading and the film, I'm always laundry and dishes and Paisley. Gets tough. All right, Burkhart, Greg Olson, your boy O-Dog, NFC Championship game. 2 rushing TDs for Miles Sanders. Brock Purdy left the game in the first quarter with an elbow. 3 sack lunches, 2 takeaways. It's all Philadelphia. If Brock Purdy was playing, I assume the score would be 21-14 or 17-14. I would assume the game would be slightly closer, so. All right, $20. Let's get to $100. Let's do it. 80 to go. All good. Hopefully we can get a few more people to come through, and hopefully the game will be a little bit closer. McCaffrey. Good defense by the Eagles. So fast. So much depth. Josh Sweat, see you. Second down and 13. It is really cold out here. I'm trying to look to see how cold it was. The wind is whipping out here, but it's a lot colder right now than it normally is at this time. Right now, it's 37, sunny and windy, but it feels like 27. I was like, holy shit, it feels like it. Up, pass drop by Deebo Samuel. What happened to my hands? Come on, Deebo. Come on, dude. Let's go, baby. And they haven't got George Kittle the ball. And you got to get George Kittle opportunities to, he's the spark guy. Just like I told you all, against the Cowboys. You should be going to him all the time like Jimmy was. But, of course, every quarterback is going to be different compared to Jimmy, Trey, Brock, and now Josh. It's like, what a shame you have one of the top 4 tight ends on the roster and you're not even using him. Kelsey, Waller, Andrews, and Kittle. There we go. You ask and you shall receive. You're like, O-Dog is complaining that they don't get the ball to Kittle. And what do? Literally, the next play, he's like, oh, he's motherfucking right. We should go there. Boom, shakalaka. Insert George Kittle. I'm telling you, the sports gods, they listen. They're like, okay, the sports gods relay this information to O-Dog. Okay, George Kittle needs the ball. And then 1 second later, boom, George Kittle. Keep giving him the ball if they want to have any chance in this game. 25. Oh, man. Yeah, for Oregon, normally we're going to be in the 40s and 50s right now, not 20, 30s type of temperatures. 21-7, Philadelphia. Shotgun set. And we have a flag on the play. Elliot in the building. What to do? How are you, bro? Sometimes you just got to know your personnel, and I totally understand. You're not able to get Kittle the ball probably as often because you got a guy who's a fucking 4th stringer. I get it, but we've seen Josh sling it, and every once in a while, Josh will make a throw where he looks like a backup quarterback. not a fourth string quarterback, but a backup, a second string quarterback. Let's see more of those throws. Shotgun set. There we go. McCaffrey, nice wrap-up tackle there by Philadelphia. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, nice wrap-up tackle. And I know a lot of Saints fans are disgruntled on how things have went, but they should be proud of their guys that have left the team and have had really good success on other teams. Of course, they won't, because if you're no longer wearing the Saints, well, incomplete. That could have been picked by Big Play Slay. But, it's like once they leave, then usually they don't support anymore, most Saints fans. But Gardner-Johnson has been good for the Eagles, and Fletcher Cox and obviously Von Bell have been excellent for the Bengals. So even though I know the Saints get a lot of hate, I like to be able to showcase the talent, that they have and make sure that people recognize that, these players are good and they're making impacts. And Big Play Slay almost with the pick there. Josh, I called that too. I said, what is Christian McCaffrey next up as quarterback? And he is. Ya boy with the ESP, the ESP. Oh, Josh Johnson with his head bouncing off. So maybe a concussion or a precautionary. So now we're going to the fifth string quarterback, which they don't have any. So now it's what? Now, unless they're trying to get Brock Purdy to go out there. Well, McCaffrey's the new quarterback. What a crazy NFL year where you're all four. I mean, you got to get somebody in there who's a top 10 quarterback. And Purdy's coming back. Come on, Brock. Let's go. We just want this to be a close game. If Philadelphia wins the game, obviously they deserve it. But us as fans, we want to see a close game. I want to see some passion, and I want to see some heart and some fight and some desire. This is for the Super Bowl berth. Hands off. Eagles defense is so fast and disciplined. Niners are fast as well, but I don't think I can throw, but I'll hand it off. 4th down and 10. Thank you, Sarah. Every dollar counts, and hopefully we can get a few more people to show up and maybe a few more people to show love. I mean, we only have 3 games left of the NFL season. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Bang, bang. 21, let's get to a hundo. (21-7) Philadelphia. What do you want to see for a photo? This is tough. Like I said, we just want close games, but you want some Kittle? Okay, let me got you. I got George. I got George.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe. Just one dose starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to 9. Max strength nighttime relief. NyQuil Severe. Nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat. Best sleep with a cold medicine.
That sizzle? That's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
The soundtrack of Chipotle?
Oh, yeah. You come in, you're going to be hearing that sizzle. That's how you know we always have fresh food.
Fresh is what you stand for.
It's crazy. I love my dog so much, I even miss her, even though she's only going to be gone for a couple hours. I miss my Paisley pup. But she's going to get to go to a property that's got lots of room to run, so she's going to live her best life. She hasn't been able to run openly, like in a backyard or field, just because it's been pretty cold, and like the dog parks. It's more of me taking her on a walk rather, letting her loose, just because with other dogs, that can be sketchy sometimes. So So she'll be happy. She'll be worn out. She'll sleep good tonight. And she'll be excited that she gets to run around a little bit freely without a leash on. She needs it. I give her a lot of snacks. You know, we need to make sure that she's losing weight. And, you know, I usually walk her an hour or two a day, but still. I mean, she loves to whine. She's a whine type of dog sometimes. Nice, George Kittle, give you a little bit of the college throwback with your Iowa Hawkeyes. And then obviously to see what he blossomed into. Pretty sweet.
Welcome back to the NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax. We're here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Aerial coverage today provided by Tubi. And it's been a wild game and not so great for the 49ers. And now
Josh Johnson going to the locker room. Holy hell. Now he's injured. They're literally on their fifth string quarterback, which they don't have one, which is Christian McCaffrey, the running back. Wow. What a horrible timing. I guess it could have been worse. Imagine if the Niners are in the Super Bowl and this is what happens. We'd be like, what the hell? But his head did bounce off. You know what I mean? But like, imagine if it's like the Niners win this game and this happens against the Bengals or Chiefs. It would have been like horrible. You're like, what the hell? You know, no one wants to have that happen. And tough when you end up having like, you know, your most injury riddled day and it's in the NFC Championship game. Tough. But you got to give Philly credit. I mean, they are the real deal. And even if everyone was healthy for the Niners, maybe they still lose. Oh, dropped. What happened to my hands? A.J. Brown with the drop.
Here's this too. McCaffrey, chemo the calf injury. It looks like they're massaging while he's looking at the play sheet. It's not him. Kyle Juszczyk would be, I don't know, the 10th, 11th. I mean, yeah, I think at some point, it's getting crazy. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's just your options become really limited. He's looking at the play sheet right there, right?
They might be putting Juszczyk in. They don't even know what the hell to do. Shit, put Kyle Shanahan back there. Why can't they have the head coach be quarterback? 3rd down and 7. 21-7 Eagles, pure domination right now. Jalen going deep and complete. Slug OC. We used to run that in Tampa. 21-7. Eagles. Brock Purdy's like, I don't give a fuck if my arm falls off. We need to fucking get out here and try. We got half to go. So you've been resting for 2 quarters. Fuck, if your arm falls off, it falls off. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, if they can get most of the yards by just running, you know, and he can just hand the football off, that'll help.
Giant Uncle Dan and his giant beard. Maybe a dragon. Dragons are boring. Twin sisters. And one is a robot and one is a knight. And I'll be on the side of octopus.
The Volkswagen Atlas. More room for possibilities.
What are we? What do we stand for? I'm going to Mandalore, so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions. Hang on, kid. This is the way.
The Mandalorian original series streaming soon.
This February, Michelob Ultra is taking over the big game. Get Ultra delivered now.
Oh, really? Dang, that's crazy. And then you got a couple like interviews and stuff lined up for Monday or Tuesday or something, right? 21-7, Eagles up in the third quarter.
San Francisco's out of options right now. 21-7 Eagles. Still a long way to go.
Purdy back in there, hands off, jet sweep to Debo, shake and bake. He's trying to bounce to the outside, but you got way too many Philadelphia Eagles around him.
This is Kittle screaming heel. Also came over to the offensive line to get him to loosen up because Trent Williams was frustrated. And he just starts to step up.
All right, here we go. 21-7 Eagles. Second down and 14. Handoff. CMC. Short gain. Fletcher Cox and Juszczyk getting each other's face. Juszczyk's like, you want to go? Fletcher Cox is like, yeah. Kyle, you're a little small for, I mean, you're a fullback, but Fletcher Cox is like defensive tackle, nose tackle. He a little bit bigger than you. Third down and 13. Yeah. And at home. So you already know they're going to be juiced up on another level when the Eagles are playing at home and they can hear that crowd. Screen pass. Nice tackle by White. Yes. Yes. Too much defense. Absolutely. No really help with the blocking downfield. Now, these injuries, it just, even if the 49ers were 100% healthy, there is a very high possibility they still lose the game by 3 to 7 points. So, to think that, you're getting, you're kind of ass kicked right now. Yes, there's injuries, and we hate to see it be so lopsided because of the injuries. But remember, like I said, for all the people that thought that Philly really wasn't that good this year, you obviously didn't watch them play. Yes, they had a lot of easy games and kind of crappy matchups, but still, you have to get out there and compete for 60 minutes. And this is a Super Bowl caliber team. It's very clear. And at the end of the day, if the Eagles end up winning the Super Bowl this year, I don't think anyone would really be that surprised. They were the best team pretty much all year, besides a few weeks that the Bills were and a few weeks that the Chiefs were. A good chunk of the year, 3 out of the 4 months or 3.5 months out of the 4, it's been pretty much Philadelphia. So. $21. Let's get to a hundo.
What used to take hours takes minutes. And you have an e-commerce platform designed to handle sudden spikes in overall demand, as in actual overall. Let's create IT systems that will.
Kind of surprised we didn't get a few more, Niners and Eagle people, but it is what it is. And we'll get to a point where it's the popular thing to sub here, and we'll have more people. Sometimes people are followers, and they'll follow where the subs are or the views are, and we're at a little disadvantage there. But hey, we just got to keep plugging away. Yeah. And it's like I'm not going to really have a whole lot of prep time. I mean, I got a thumbnail that I ended up, getting done. So at least I got that part. But I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of time for the photos. I'm going to try to get photos up if I can. But I mean, I can always do it as the game is going too. So I don't usually need too much time. Usually it's about 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes an hour if I want more. But yeah, I mean, as soon as this game ends, I think we're going to be transitioning within the next game within like 15 minutes. So there won't be a whole lot of time for me to do that. And maybe we'll get a better turnout for that particular game. I don't know. We'll see.
Check this out, the 177th fighter wing with a flyover here in Philadelphia for the game. Mike arrived there in the game. He parachuted in. It's amazing. Looks so cool and calm in his suits. 21-7 Eagles in this third quarter. That game has had a lot of everything. And Hurts going to give it off to Boston Scott.
And obviously, if you're Philadelphia, right, and good teams like the Niners do it as well, you know what I mean, that they're going to bleed the clock. There's going to be some throws, but when you're up by this much in the second half, bleeding the clock, it will be a big priority, you know, in the fourth quarter and some of this third. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, it's, you know, like I said, you can tell with the people that know football and the people that don't. And especially if you're here, you're going to learn, you know, the knowledge, and you're going to, you know, see things from a different perspective, how I see it. But we have a lot of smart people. Like I said, there's a lot of channels out there that will have, you know, some people that might know football and some that, you know, maybe not so much. But I feel we, you know, have people that really care that also do a little bit more reading and film study here than some of the other channels. I mean, it shows. So, you know, we just got to keep plugging away until we can just keep building. You know, it's tough when you feel everyone is against you. You know what I mean? It's like, it's really hard to be able to gain ground, but we just got to stay positive, keep plugging away. And like I said, it's not something that we just do football. You know, we'll do food and mental health and life, and you know, we'll be doing baseball and NASCAR. So there'll be other places where we can gain ground. You know, if people want to hate on the football side, or if they just want to go where the popular stream is, that's fine. If they don't want to be loyal to me, I'll still be able to find ground on, you know, baseball or NASCAR. We'll be able to find other ways, hopefully, to kind of gain some ground. First down and 10, 21-7 Philadelphia. Shotgun set, Hurts, hands off. Gainwell with a short gain. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, you know, it takes a special individual to be a part of this channel. Anyone can, you know, go to any sports channel, but again, not every sports channel is created equally. That's facts. Yeah, and plus also, you know, when you hear people call NFL and other things that, you know, in general, got to have a good voice for it too. Not everyone on YouTube and Twitch actually has a pleasant voice. Some voices are cringy. Some voices are not really that pleasant. You know, some people are a popular thing, but you know, obviously I have an advantage since I did, you know, phone sales, and I did that for about 20 years of my life. So I've already had the radio podcast voice for half of my life, or if not more. So eventually people will catch on and realize what they're missing out on. We just have to keep grinding it out. Third down and 5. (21-7) Philadelphia, 5:25 left in the third quarter. Third down and 5. Blitz coming. Short throw caught. Gainwell, first down, Eagles. Everything coming up green. First down, Eagles. Right. But if he comes to your team, remember, you're not going to get the same kind of results because the Eagle offense is not the same as the Colts offense. So you always got to keep that in mind when, you know, you're looking at coaches. Yes, it looks good here, But what happens if he comes to your team and you don't have the wide receivers or tight ends that they do? You know what I mean? You got to look at it that way too, because a play caller is only as good as the talent that he has to call the plays. So it's like if you are missing out on talent at the wide receiver and tight end position, yes, he'll make the team better, but he's not going to be able to give you the exact results that you're getting here because the teams are built differently. You know, obviously we know you have an O-line and you have a defense, and hopefully they can firm things up, but lots of room for improvement at the tight end and the wide receiver position. Even though you drafted there last year, it still is not enough. You need more, and we need a healthy Jonathan Taylor, and hopefully we'll get a Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and you guys will be on your way. Oh, incomplete. Well, same thing for the Niners usually too. You know, you just need to be able to have a good run game, and that'll open up the offense. That's what the Niners are built on. You know, strong running game and a great defense. You know, Eagles, strong running game, good defense, and that'll open up the passing game. Dallas, strong running game, good defense, opening up the passing game. You know, a lot of teams are built that way. But not a lot of them can execute because they don't have the talent or the coaching or the play calling. Eagles can smell the Super Bowl. 21-7, 3rd down and 6. Jalen going deep, got a man. Incomplete. Intended receiver, Quez Watkins.
Receiver's eyes open up, that ball's in the air, turns his head around, maintains his face with his inside arm, and that left hand goes up and high points the ball. He's had a great day no matter who he's matched up with. Here's Kern. He struggled today.
Ooh. Penalty. Is that running into the kicker? Fuck.
Keep in mind it was a 4th down and 6. Jordan Mason, I think, is the one that got hurt, but let's see what the call is.
Running into or roughing? I think it's running into. Let's look. Roughing. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Everything just, I mean, the Niners are usually a pretty disciplined team, but today they look like the Dallas Cowboys. 8 penalties for 53 yards. They're saying that he got pushed into them. And, you know, Kyle can go crazy, all right, because he's never used to this. That's why, I mean, you're never going to see Kyle yell like this because he's never seen his team, fuck up like this either. You're on the road. You have injuries. You're already feeling the pressure. Stoll doesn't really give him a hard push, even if he does. You got to be more disciplined. You're fucking up. Take accountability. Okay, come on, Kyle. You're my favorite coach. That's not on Tampa. You're my favorite coach in the league, and like I said, everyone goes through adversity, except you just don't go through this because your team usually has discipline. Oh, Hufanga overruns Jalen. Nice run. 12-yard gain. 1st down and 10. Eagles move the chains. Ball on the San Fran 23. Nice drive. 10 plays, 68 yards over 4 minutes. And it's not like I don't think any of the OCs and DCs are all going to fail, but it's like if you're going to go to the Colts or go to a team, not just anybody is going to work. Even you brought in a guy that had a reputation with Reich, and that didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have personnel. The team just needs to get better, and you just have to find the right fit. Sliding down hurts. But first, getting the quarterback, set up, and then everything else will fall into place. It's like, even if you look at Robert Saleh, we already know he was an amazing defensive coordinator, but he hasn't really panned out yet as a Jet head coach. At some point they're going to probably let him go, but he's trying to stay afloat, but they got to figure out that quarterback spot too. So it's like with D'Amico Ryans, he could, be a decent coach, or he could get fired after a year or two. You know what I mean? Like, there's no guarantee with a guy that hasn't been head coach before. You can call plays, but what about your leadership? Oh, Jalen. Wow. And a late hit by Hufanga. Everything is going Philadelphia. This game is over. It's over. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. It is over. And then now, when you're dumb, petty shit like this, and then Hufanga is pushing in the back, I mean, it's over. It's done. Dunzo. Philadelphia, you're going to the Super Bowl. Just kind of sucks, though, with the Niners. You're never going to really know because all the injuries happened. You know what I mean? Like, could you have been able to keep it closer? Would you have had a shot to maybe win? We're never going to know, but chances are you probably would have lost the game anyways, just based off the flow. But, injuries are a big part of this game. And they're about to get 6 here, and then this one will be out of reach. Boston Scott. This is what I didn't want in these games. I didn't want blowouts. Hopefully we don't have blowouts and eat both of them. Michael with a 10er. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me know what you want to see for photos. You got any favorite players on your team? Let me know. If that ends up being Saints players and you want to see Drew Brees or someone old school or AK-41, you let me know. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang. $10 holla from Michael. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, not every single person is going to show love like that, and it means a lot. Every dollar counts. Thank you. I mean, this is my full-time job, so it's not like I have 2 or 3 jobs that I'm doing on top of this like I did before. So, but let me know what you want to see, Michael, and I'll throw up a couple photos for you once we go to commercial break or the end of the third quarter. 31. Let's get to a hundo. QB sneak. Touchdown, Eagles. It is over. O-V-A, over. Well, I guess the doubters can be quiet now for all the people that thought the Eagles weren't good enough to make the Super Bowl. Not necessarily thinking they're better than the Niners or whatnot, but just for the people that thought that the Eagles weren't that good and their schedule was soft. It's very clear. I mean, they are a very complete team, and you could argue they are the most complete team in the NFL. And they look like it. Extra point by Jake Elliott is up, and it's good. $28-7. What a horrible time to have all those injuries. It happens. Yeah.
There it is. My dad went EV.
But again, if the Cowboys were playing, we'd be getting a similar result like this too. Unfortunate that happened, but maybe it's better that it would have happened there, because imagine if the Niners get past the Eagles and then they get hurt in the Super Bowl and this happens. That would be crushing. Like, you're like, oh, we beat the Eagles, and then you go to the Super Bowl, play the Bengals or Chiefs, and then you're down 28-7 in the Super Bowl. All your guys are hurt. I mean, that would be rough. So, I mean, this one's going to sting, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said, when you have guys go down with injuries and you get to your 4th string quarterback, sometimes when you're going against maybe the most balanced team in the NFL on the road, it's just a little too much, you know what I mean? But San Fran can be proud, on how good they did. And we know that they're always going to be competitive. They just need to figure out the quarterback, what long term, whether it's going to be probably not Jimmy, if it's not Trey or Purdy or Tom Brady or somebody, definitely not Josh Johnson. But I mean, it's very hard to compete. Now, if you're playing the Cowboys, or like you did last week, and you have to go to your 4th string quarterback, you probably can hang around a little bit longer because the Cowboys are not as good as the Eagles. But yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. To get to the Final Four is always a big accomplishment. Of course, the ultimate goal is to get to the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. All right, do you want some Taysom Hill? Because I know you're a Saints fan. And then throwback Thurman Thomas. I got you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Michael. Is this your first donation to me ever? Or have you donated to me before? So I think this might be your first donation to me. I'm usually pretty good with names and history, even though it's been a long time. But either way, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski took them to the Super Bowl at 80. McNabb, of course, did it. Nick Foles did it, won it a few years ago, and now Jalen Hurts trying to do it here, and he's in good shape. Eagles up 28-7 late in this third quarter. 15th rushing touchdown this year for Hurts. It's the most all time, including the postseason. And on that drive particularly, he ran it 5 times. Like he waited to that drive to really activate the run game with that injured shoulder. Debo Samuel taking this.
Debo out deep. Flag on the play.
38 seconds to go in this half. I mean, think about this. 49ers had 6 penalties the first 2 playoff games combined. They got 9 today, and it is really hurts.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. I got a really good action shot. Let me see if I can get this one. Last one. Holding on the receiving team. Everything going downhill. All right, I got one more really cool Thurman Thomas here for you. Check this one out. Normally the old stuff, they don't find HD or 4K because it's like, back in the 90s. But every once in a while, you can find a 4K or HD photo. Woo! Look at that one. Okay, baby. Never really got as much love or pub like Emmett, but he was damn good. Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, Jim Kelly, Marv Levy, Cornelius Bennett, Bruce Smith, your boy knows, Don Beebe. 28-7, short run by McCaffrey.
Josh Johnson has been ruled officially out with a concussion. So we don't know. And right now with Purdy and with McCaffrey and Juszczyk, and who knows, with Purdy, he threw that little short pass, but you just don't know if he's able to throw it.
Plus, you got to think, out of all the games that we've ever watched, when's the last time we've seen Kyle Shanahan scream and yell with emotion like that? This is the first time that I've seen him act like that, like in his career. You know what I mean? It's like he's gone to big games, but normally he doesn't lose based off not having discipline. Like this is the first time where the emotions have got too much of the players and is getting Brock injured and Bosa and everyone, Warner, everyone getting banged up. It's like, everything is just crumbling in front of their very eyes. Now they're holding a little more, pushing on late hits. Unfortunate, but the better team won the game. I mean, they were the most well-rounded team. Jalen is better than Brock Purdy. They had to establish the running game. The only way the Niners were going to win is if they held the running game in check. They couldn't do it. And, injuries galore. And now you're up 28-7. And, it's over. It's a done deal. I just hope the next game isn't like this. I don't want to see the Bengals up 28-7 on the Chiefs. I hope we don't get that. But hopefully that one will be a little bit closer. But good choices. And I do appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am. Bang, bang, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Cactus Jack approves. Yeah, but, we had some other Niner fans from before. Some show up, some haven't. And I figured we'd get a few more Eagle. Maybe the Eagle people will show up once they win officially. But at that point, I already got to flip over and do the other game, so. Yeah, to say the least. I was hoping for something better, but you never know. That's why we watch football, right?
From every angle. 360
virtual camera in the Audi Q7. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Did you know Rivermark saved its members over $30 million in the last year? That's $390 per member. Join one of America's best credit unions by opening a 5% new member savings. How much can you save by switching to Rivermark?
You're watching KPTV, Fox 12 Oregon.
Well, they are hoping a party is near 15 minutes from a Super Bowl appearance for the Eagles.
All right, Eagles fans are happy. Yeah. Big, right? I mean, injuries and penalties, like the two worst things is, the lack of discipline, the injuries. I mean, everything is, but again, you're on the road. You're playing against the best team all year. It was going to take a real special performance, like one of the Niners' best games of the year, for them to even compete. It's not like the Niners were just going to wake up out of bed and just like roll into there and win. Like they were going to have to earn it. They weren't going to be given, a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They were going to have to earn it. And, when you're playing against the team that probably doesn't get enough respect throughout the whole year with the Eagles, finally are showing in these last 2 weeks, listen, if you doubted us, look what we did, and even with that being said, people are still not going to give them the proper credit. And there'll be people, I don't know if the Eagles will be the favorite in the Super Bowl or if they'll give it to the Chiefs or the Bengals, but I would assume the Eagles should be the favorite in the Super Bowl, but even if it's only like 1.5 or something like that, or 3, but you would assume even if the Bengals win in an extraordinary fashion, I'm not sure if they would put the Bengals ahead, of Philadelphia, but we'll find out. We got to figure out who the next winner is going to be. I hope the Chiefs can keep it close if they don't win. Otherwise, they're going to be pretty depressed. But I think they kind of know what to expect as well. I mean, they're not healthy. So it's going to take a miracle for the Chiefs to win the game. I think they know that, based on how the Bengals have played. But it's crazy. A lot of people are picking the Chiefs to win. So I'm kind of confused by that. But maybe they know something I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the penalties were on the Niners. Like I said, I haven't seen them really play undisciplined that often, and it's very rare to see Kyle lose his lid. He thinks that some of the penalties are unfair, but everything that we've seen, like the Niners did it. Like, I mean, whatever you're bitching about, I mean, I get it. You want to try to be able to get in the ref's ear, but you guys have been fucking up. Like, you guys have gone through the adversity in this game. It's tough, dude. It's not like you're playing the Cowboys. You're playing the Eagles. There's a difference. And even if the Cowboys were ranked 3rd, yeah, but come on, man. I mean, even if you're a Niner fan and you're looking, I mean, obviously the big one was the catch that wasn't a catch that gave them that 7-0 lead, and extended the drive and whatnot. But I mean, nothing shows you in this game that the Niners had a shot. It's not like the score is 10-7 right now. It's 28-7. And even if Brock played the whole game, you still, even if you play great, there's still a chance you lose by 3, or something of that nature. You know what I mean? You just have to be honest with yourself with the product that you're looking at on the field. Just a little overmatched. And the Niners were the only team that would be able to hang with this team. No other team in the NFC was going to hang. But worst time to have those injuries, though. I mean, most of the penalties to me were pretty, like Hufanga pushing out of bounds and, Ward, grabbing, bear hugging. I mean, those are pretty clear. You would want those to be called both ways fairly. I mean, you're playing the number 1 team in the NFL. I mean, it's tough. Eagles defense is very, very fast, just like San Fran's. Sideline to sideline. There's not a lot of wiggle room. Not a lot, But Philadelphia's defense, it seems like they're on another level. Like their role players are playing faster and they're tackling better than the role players for the Niners on the defense. And they're at home. They have the crowd behind them. Anytime you have the crowd behind you, 50,000 to 100,000 drunk asses going crazy. They feel that emotion. People feed off that sound. Handoff. 3rd down and 5. But the Niners are better than 7 points. I mean, like I said, to act like the Niners are a garbage team, it's not true. We know that. I mean, you just have to, if you watch the game, you see the injuries, you see the penalties. This is not a typical San Francisco 49er Kyle Shanahan performance. I just hate to see a team that's this good play this bad, but it's not like the Niners won't be back. I mean, the Niners are always going to be that team that's in the mix. They just got to figure out that quarterback situation. 4th down and 2. Shout out to Purdy for being out there. It's a lot better than, having Josh Johnson. But the thing is Purdy can't throw. So you're going to have 9 or 10 in the box, right? It's like they know that you can't throw. So now you got a guy that's arm is fucked up, and it's not his off-throwing arm. It's, his throwing arm. So now you can literally line up 9 in the box, one-on-one on the corners, and you're going to get to him, Yeah, this is over.
I'm not entirely sure what they are because I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a charming British accent. But I do know this. T-Mobile has price lock guarantee.
I wish this game was a little bit better, but it is what it is.
14 Pro owners weren't already giddy enough. Switch to T-Mobile today with the powerful iPhone 14 Pro on up. Join T-Mobile and experience price lock guarantee. I guarantee you won't look back. That's a guarantee.
I just want to be able to have time to be able to prep. So hopefully I'll have like 15 to 20 minutes to get ready for the next one. So I'll probably just try to put up a picture of each one. And then as the game goes on, I'll add a couple to the quarterbacks and running backs, but just try to get like a barrier. So yeah. And that's what it's about. It's defense, right? You know what I mean? Defense wins big games. Defense wins championships. So that's why I have a hard feeling. I'm thinking, okay, even if the Bengals beat the Chiefs handily, right? Are they going to be able to hang with the Eagles if we get Bengals-Eagles or a Chiefs-Eagles? Like, I don't know. I mean, if we get Chiefs-Eagles, Eagles might win in a blowout. If we get Bengals-Eagles, Bengals would have a shot because they have Burrow and anything can happen. But clearly the NFC team's got the better defenses. So I mean, the last time we seen a quarterback beat a really good defense was Mahomes when he got his Super Bowl against that Niner defense. That was like one of the top 3 defenses that year too. So, I mean, sometimes you can have a really legit D, but in the 4th quarter, who's going to make bigger plays, Jimmy or Pat? And Pat made the bigger plays. It also helped when you have Tyreek there too. He helped him out quite a bit in that particular year and that Super Bowl year as well. So, well, we don't always get what we want. A close game, huh? Oh, yeah, we could. We could.
NFC flag football game. Next Sunday, 3 Eastern, ABC and ESPN. Philadelphia with a defensive stand. And his fans can feel it. 28-7 and a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. 10:52 to go.
Now they're just going to bleed the clock. What a horrible feeling, knowing that you can't throw the ball with your quarterback and they know it, right? And then his arm. No, Dickerson, elbow. Yeah, he was wincing pretty hard. 2nd down and 7. But yeah, you already know now they're just going to bleed the clock. So, oh, I bet lots of Eagles fans are.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Damn, his elbow got his arm got bent. I wonder if it's broken or if it's something tore. That did not look good, though. With all that pressure and then having it bend when a big-ass body, I mean, he easily could have had his arm snap off there.
No touchdowns or interceptions, but he got the Lions going last drive. 39 yards rushing and a touchdown. Eagles with 4 rushing touchdowns here today.
Shotgun set. 2nd down and 7. Gainwell. First down, Eagles. So I feel like I haven't even said first down Niners like all game. Too much, man. You got to have a 3-headed horse. Horse number 1, horse number 2, horse number 3. And when they went to the Super Bowl, when they had Slick Nick Foles, they had 4 because the cherry on top was Jay Ajayi. But you got to have balance. And you have like 3 different running backs or 4 different running backs. That can definitely help. Having a good offensive line also is key. And the Eagles have it. Same with the Niners. Good offensive line leads to good running back play. Who would have thought? Short game. Eric Armstead with the tackle. Go Ducks. Nice to see that you're alive and I can actually use this photo.
People wonder about the Eagles. They won so many blowout games. How would they do in a grinded-out game against the number 1 defense in the league? Look, every yard is it's taking a lot of effort, but they've shown you that they can grind through it.
Yeah, no question. This is, I think they knew coming at it today, if they had a chance to win, this is probably the best defense they're going to face not only all year, especially in the playoffs, but they've done a great job.
Yeah, that's not like the Bengal defense is as good as the Niners or the Chiefs. And the Chiefs are hurt, so it's like it's going to take a miraculous effort. The crowd will have to be a big factor, and they're going to have to be a little lucky. But it seems like the way that the Bengals have played, they should be the favorite in the next game. 28-7 Eagles. I mean, I wish the Niners could have had a little bit more, just 7 points. But I guess that's what happens when your quarterback gets hurt in the first quarter. You're fucked. And it's not like you're going from first string to second string. You're going from 3rd to 4th. Fuck. Gainwell.
Curious what they were calling here. You're going to see Dre Greenlaw. What made them mad was Dre Greenlaw was taking full-on Rocky Balboa right hooks to the ball. I don't know if maybe somebody else came in. Take a look. The left hooks, right? He's punching at that ball.
Look at Dre Greenlaw punching. Yeah, Dre Greenlaw, he's a hothead. This motherfucker is a hothead. You know what I mean? He's got an attitude problem. You know what I mean? He doesn't know when to quit. It's like one thing you're trying to punch the football out, but sometimes he ain't trying to punch for the football. Feel me? Guy's kind of dirty. And normally, you got to call a spade a spade. Even though the Niners were the team that I grew up rooting and watching for, you can't just be like, well, turn your head, just because it's your team. Like, the guy's dirty. He's an aggressive player. He's a good player, but he does questionable things from time to time. I'm not saying he's as bad as Vontae's perfect, or Ndamukong Suh, but he has his moments. Facts. 1st and 10. Hand off to Gainwell. Short game. I just think it's kind of funny when all the Eagle fans wanted to argue with me, saying that Jalen Hurts was no good and that they were going to have to move on and get someone better. All right. I was like, you wait and see. I'll be right. And then now they're acting like they've been on his side since the very beginning. It's like, don't make me pull up the tape, man. It's like, what did you think? You were going to beat the Buccaneers? You know, when we end up having our Super Bowl team? Come on. Takes time to build a contender. Got to have the right combination, the right depth. You know, some people can evaluate talent better than others. It's clear. I mean, shit, the way that Jalen keeps playing, if they keep this chemistry up here, we'll be saying that Dak is a Jalen 2.0, not the other way around. Greenlaw's thinking, I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to punch him many times, and hopefully I get a football on the fifth punch and maybe a couple jabs to the stomach, you know? Yeah, he's a fucking loose cannon, dude. He's been doing that shit for a long time. Like every game, you'll see Dre Greenlaw do something questionable. Every game, they'll be like, what is he doing? Some fucked up penalty, pushing someone out of bounds when they're already out of bounds, you know, late hit. You know, he's like the only guy in the Niners that lacks discipline. Debo's like, this sucks. "31-yard attempt. Jake Elliott, it's up, and it's good. Ass whooping. We better not get the same kind of game in the next game. I better not see Bengals 31, Chiefs 7. I can't handle 2 blowouts in one day. Idle service. Your device has been inactive. Well, yeah, because I'm watching it. But I appreciate everyone that's here. A lot of y'all have stuck with me from the beginning, or, you know, since I've been full-time since the beginning of last year. Maybe watched a few reaction videos in the past. And, you know, it's always going to be a grind, but I always appreciate every single one of y'all. You guys are very special to the growth of this channel, and hopefully we can keep moving forward and eventually gain some ground. And if it's not going to be on the NFL side or college football as much, hopefully we can gain some ground with Major League Baseball with the Mariners and the Dodgers. I'll be doing a lot of those games as well as your favorite teams, especially if you have a decent team in the MLB this year. We'll be doing a lot of NASCAR. And even if people aren't into NASCAR, you'd be surprised on how much fun those streams can be. You know, 4 or 5 hours, it gives you something to watch on a Sunday. So as soon as Sunday football is over, boom, you know, we do the races, and, you know, you'll learn something, especially if you're not really a big fan at this point. And, you know, it doesn't take too much, and I try to make it fun. You know, I'm definitely bringing out a lot of photos of the drivers, the cars. So it ends up being a little bit more of a fun stream rather than just, you know, everyone's watching a car go left, you know, for 4 or 5 hours, because it's a lot more than that. That's facts. 31-7 Eagles. They are going to the Super Bowl, and they have to be the favorite in the Super Bowl by 1 to 3.5. I would assume, even if the Bengals beat the Chiefs 31-7, the same type of score, I still think they will help Philly based off being the more well-rounded team. But we'll see what Kansas City does. And I already have all my Kansas City photos already on here, so all I have to do is just get Bengal photos, so that's good. That'll save me time. I won't have to get as much. It's just like kind of what we've expected all year. The NFL season hasn't been as good as I think people wanted. There's been a lot of bad football this year. Bad games, blowouts. I don't know. Like the pecking order from the good teams to the great teams to the average to the bad. Oh, there's going to be a lot of drunk people roaming the streets. My girl Colleen Wolf is happy. But you got one more spot to go. It's not, the job is not done yet. 5:17 left. 31-7 Eagles. What an embarrassment. There you go, Debo. Debo's like, I'm going to earn my money.
These Eagles have been the best team in the NFC all year. They earned the #1 seed. A little bit of a scrum right now. They'll break it up. And in a few minutes, they're going to feel something pretty special. You did in your career, playing the Super Bowl with the Panthers. So what's it like? What are they feeling right now?
Yeah, the opportunity to host the NFC Championship Trophy on your home field in front of your home crowd. As you said, I had the opportunity to experience that back in 2015. That was a memorable and kind of magical season. We fell short in the Super Bowl, but these next 2 weeks leading up to their trip out to Arizona are going to be unlike any experience these players have ever felt. It's a truly special night to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, they are at this point. It's like the Niners are just cursed with injuries. McCaffrey. They have McCaffrey at quarterback and no one there. Is that what's going on? Oh, they're like, fuck it. We have no quarterback. Christian, do something. They're like, Christian McCaffrey's got a better chance to throw the ball than Purdy. Purdy's like, well, just because I am a quarterback, but you can't throw. So you got a concussion. You can't throw. What, you're just going to hand the ball off? Oh, what a horror. I mean, got to get quarterbacks that can stay fucking healthy. Ndamukong Suh in there. Poor Niners.
NASCAR's Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum, featuring Grant Marshall, Rob Lowe, from Fox's 911 Lone Stars. Next Sunday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox. Third down and long for San Francisco.
Yeah, they can't do anything. They can't even throw. Like, all you can do is run. I mean, the whole strategy part it goes out the window because you know that they can't throw. That sucks, man. Oh, they're fighting. He's like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Trent Williams throwing some bows. They're like, fuck you, dude. They're like, we don't like you. Trent, you don't fuck with Trent Williams. Trent Williams is a big boy. He's like, fuck this. I'm going to start swinging. Oh, we got some ejections. There goes Trent Williams.
Philadelphia, crowd going crazy. Mike, what's the procedure here for the officiating crew?
Well, New York, since there was a penalty call, can look at all of this action and determine if anyone's to be thrown out or how many are to be thrown out. They'll throw out Williams. They're going to throw him out for that slam down on the ground. And you can't leave the bench area, too. So after the fact, there'll probably be a lot of fine letters that go out in San Francisco as they entered the field. So
I didn't know if we were watching the NFC Championship game or if we were watching Fight Club. Is that what's going on? I guess so.
Unnecessary roughness, defense number 42. Both players will be disqualified from the game.
So, Mike, just to finish my question, so twofold. Is there any risk, you mentioned number 42, Kevon Wallace, he was ejected. Is there any risk of him having to be required to sit out the Super Bowl? And then secondly, you mentioned fine letters. If you come off the sideline to enter the scrum, are those guys potentially in jeopardy of missing the Super Bowl, or is it just fines?
They are. Now, they would be fines, but you're not, this is not an automatic ejection foul where it carries over to the Super Bowl, unless they're to suspend them. If they were to suspend them, then that would occur. But I really don't think in this case that there would be that.
Great. Because I think right now, if you're a Philadelphia Eagle fan, on every player you can, you don't want to lose anyone.
Replay, Jalen Hurts was standing well away. They're going to just sit back and watch this thing. And Trent Williams and Kevon Wallace ejected. There goes Williams.
Will the game clock operator please set the game clock to 4:13, please? 4:13.
But also, they weren't letting go, so he just had enough and just threw the guy down. But you can't be doing that. Frustrations. 31-7. Yeah, but if Wallace doesn't get a chance to play, it's not like they're going to lose the Super Bowl because he doesn't play. Like Trent Williams, if he was going to miss the Super Bowl, then yeah, that would be huge. But obviously, they're nowhere near being. And a fumble. Wow. Jeez. Well, everything just looking green right now, huh? And obviously, if you're the Bengals or you're the Chiefs, you don't like this. You don't like seeing this. You can act like you don't care, but you're like you're like the last two games. After them being a little bit banged up with Hurts and Lane Johnson in December, seems like everyone is healthy. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's back. They don't really have any major injuries, and luckily for them, they are rolling just like they were at the beginning of the year, and they've been blowing out teams all year. At some point, we have to start giving Philadelphia respect, even if you're a Cowboy fan, a Washington fan, a Giant fan, or just an Eagle hater. They're playing good football. Just to act like they're not doing anything well. I mean, they are the real deal. And again, out of the three teams that are left, this is the best team out of the three as far as well-rounded offense and defense, speed. Of course, we got Mahomes and Burrow on the other side, but will that be enough? And in most cases, it's not. If you ended up playing the Eagles versus either one of those teams, I would probably say 10 times, you're probably having the Super Bowl win 8 with the Eagles and maybe once or twice with the other team. That's just, it's going to be very difficult, to be able to beat a team that's very well-rounded, that has no holes in their lineup. And they got 3 running backs. And if something happens to Hurts, you got Gardner Minshew. Like, they got everything lined up perfectly. You got a little bit of injuries. Oh, let's just, look at Sue. Sue's like, I made the right choice. He's like, I just wanted to go to a contender. And now he might get a cheap ring, even though he hasn't really been a big factor for the Eagles. But look at this guy. He's like, oh, fuck my life. Juwan Jennings is like, what's for dinner? Motherfucker doesn't even know where he is. He's like, I am not in a good mood. Juwan Jennings is not dancing. Motherfucker looked like he was about to have a breakdown. 31-7? Yeah, tough. But hopefully the Niner fans can have some class. I know there's some poor sport Niner fans that are out there. I know there's some shit talkers, that will make excuses. But even if you want to make an excuse for that first one-handed catch that led to a touchdown, you lost 31-7. It's not like you lost, 10-7, and there's like a bunch of controversy. You know what I mean? You lost 31-7. Brock Purdy going down did not help. And you weren't able to stop the run. So, yeah. And, they had a shot where the Eagles could have had Justin Jefferson and DK Metcalf. They didn't end up getting those guys, but, things are panning out for them. And it was just a few years ago, the first year that I started the channel in 2017, when the Eagles I predicted would win the Super Bowl, and they did. And only a few years later, here we are. they're on the cusp of winning another one. Yeah, I'll throw up a Howie photo. Maybe we'll get some drunk donos tonight from some of our fan base. A good possibility. Drunk dono, Eagle celebratory donos. We might get some of those later. Maybe not this game, but maybe when I do the next one, if they can find themselves. All right, Howie. Nice job.
A bear needed cocaine.
The bear that loves cocaine.
Go.
Cocaine Bear. Only in theaters. Rated R.
Ever watch an unbelievable catch and think that's impossible? AWS analyzes millions of
Well, this game needs to end so that way I can start transitioning. The next game starts at what, 3:30? I'm already 26 minutes in. This shit just needs to get over with so I can start prepping for the next one. 3:30. Fuck. It's already like 26 minutes. I mean, if I don't have time to get a lot of the photos, that's fine. Just makes it a better presentation when we can do it.
If I just stare at these payroll forms, my business payroll taxes will calculate themselves.
Well, let's hope the next game is better.
Intuit QuickBooks helps you manage your payroll taxes. Cheers. With 100% accurate tax calculations guaranteed.
I used to pre-rinse dishes because my old detergent didn't actually get them clean. But new Cascade Platinum Plus has me doing dishes differently.
With double the non-grease fighting power and double the scrubbing power, so you can load this and get this. New Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Cascade Platinum Plus.
31-7, Philadelphia. Howie Roseman, Executive VP, Football Operations, his 23rd year.
And remember, they were thinking about firing him a few years back. They're like, all the guys need to go. You know, they were like, these guys are not even drafting correctly. How things have changed in a matter of 5 to 7 years. Gainwell. First down, Eagles. Not only can they not stop Miles, they can't stop Kenneth, and they can't stop Boston Scott. It's a perfect storm. You know, each guy runs a little bit differently. You know, this is their starter. This is the guy that's the speed. This is the bruiser back. And they can rotate any of the three, and they can get yards with all three of them. That's tough. Knowing that you can't stop any of their running backs, and you got one of the best defenses in the league. Congratulations. Yeah. And like I said, I know like Megan was disappointed that Pete Carroll didn't get Coach of the Year recommendations. Well, there's a few other coaches that are a little bit more worthy, and one of them is Nick Sirianni. Nice job. So for all those people that were like, Sirianni sucks, Jalen sucks, even Eagle fans were telling me that. Like even Birdman. Like I was trying to tell him, I was like, bro, you know, if you want to go toe to toe, you know, it's like you can be an Eagle fan, but that doesn't mean that you know more than me, you know, based off reading and film, just because you're a fan of the team and I'm not a fan of the team. Okay. But I told him, he didn't want to believe it. And now everyone's on Jalen's side. Nice job, Philly. All right. Final score, 31-7. Eagles win. I need to be able to – nothing is rigged. Everything was on point. People are just sour and people are stupid. You know, everyone wants to say rigged. Dude, the game's over. 31-7. It's not like you lost 10-7. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a great job. So I got to end the stream, and we'll talk more Eagles and Niners as we go into the next. But I only have like 20 minutes to prep, and I got to be able to get everything done. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. I'll be back in like 20 minutes, and we'll do the next game. I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Thank you guys for coming through and hanging out with your boy. And I'll be back very, very soon. Love you guys and appreciate you guys. Gang, gang, gang. Final score, Eagles 31, Niners 7. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I'll be back very soon, and I'm out. Gang.